It was in. Oh, dude, are you kidding me?
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of The Flank. Yes, you did hear Ben yelling at me during the intro because apparently there's a new intro that nobody has sent me yet.
DM yesterday. You don't check the DM,
bro. How about
your editor literally put it in the DM, bro?
How about you send it to me personally and text me, say, Tom, change this intro right now. How about that, Ben?
Okay, I got you.
Thank you, Ben
That's
J.
what I gotta do.
Thank you, Ben J. Thank you.
Christ.
Ladies and gentlemen, I am joined by my duo, Ben J. Nassim. Ben, how you doing? We got Chris Duarte, a.k.a. Pearson, and of course, we got the one and only Patrick Price, the Slayer Eggs in the building. What's going on, gentlemen? How we doing, man? Everybody doing all right?
It's been an interesting day. Tottenham lost this morning. I was fucking sad.
Damn, bro. They're always losing, Ben. They're always losing.
Yeah, because they're ass, Tom. They're fucking ass, okay? Anyway. But like, it was a gritty day of COD. I gotta be honest.
Very gritty day.
We had at least one upset. I don't think anyone predicted. We had a blowout. I don't think that anyone predicted. And yeah, I think we had a lot to talk about on the show.
Whoa. We had a blowout that no one predicted.
I don't think anyone predicted New York throwing Optic, unless you did.
Bring up the VOD from yesterday.
He did, yeah, Pat did say it.
Pat did say it?
He said 3-1.
He said 3-1.
I say 3-1. Oh, Pat's capping.
No, he said 3-1.
He said 3-1. He said 3-1.
VAR, bro. VAR. We need to go to fucking video review.
Regardless, it was a close series, though. We can't sit here and act like they got blown out. I mean, the maps were so close, all three of them. And we'll talk about Fortress Control because, bro, I'm actually hitting my my breaking point with that map. I'm gonna be honest with you. But Chris, how you doing today? You doing all right? I see you playing ranked. You've been grinding. What are you, top 2?
My schedule's all over the place, bro. My schedule's all over the place. I woke up early today to play Challenger Cup with like a pickup team because I think my friend Fire, he got sketched on. He didn't really have anyone to play the tournament with, so I filled in, just made a team with him, and yeah, I just been everywhere, bro. My schedule's all over the place.
Pat, how are you, Pat? You doing all right?
Yeah, I'm doing good, Tom. I mean, random question. Did this Saturday feel like a Sunday? I swear it was a Sunday today.
Yeah, there was a lot of games today, and we had a couple good matches, so it felt pretty good. Tomorrow's going to be even better because we got FaZe Optic tomorrow, so that's going to be lit. Yep. That's going to be a really good series. We'll obviously get to predictions towards the end of the show, but how's everything with X Defiant, Pat? How's everything going over there?
Everything's great, Tom. It's Saturday. I haven't worked since yesterday, but everything is absolutely phenomenal.
I love that. Let's hop in to the first match of the day. We got the Los Angeles Thieves going up against, well, I don't know what the hell. Oh, yeah, I'll fix the cams as we go. Hydro, Hardpoint, Hotel, Search and Destroy, Hotel Control, Hotel Hardpoint, Embassy, S&D. Ben, Chris, anything that you guys see with the vetoes here? Anything at all?
I mean, Minnesota's map pool is so effing teeny that like we talk about like the CeeLo Abandoned Search and the Mercado and Hardpoint, like, but they're just not confident on many a map, and
they don't really have a hard point to lean on. And like Hydro's been the map they've been playing, but they haven't been able to really come away with wins on it.
They just get people their bread and butter, so it's like I don't know, man. Minnesota's just so narrow in their ability to win series right now, so it's just chalked.
Minnesota have definitely been struggling a little bit, man. We got to talk about these guys a lot of bit. We got to talk about them for sure. I mean, Pat, anything in the videos that you saw? I'm gonna fix all the cameras. I got Octane over here from last time. Boom. But anything that you see in the videos, Pat?
No, I just agree with Ben. I mean, I just feel like Minnesota is not good at any map. Like, I don't know, no map. They don't have like ever have like just a map that I think they're gonna dominate in a series. They don't have one good map. And yeah, they just get smoked in the vetoes by default.
We'll get into a Hydro Hardpoint to kick things off. Pal, I'll get your camera up in a second. Let's just go through this map real quick. It was a pretty back and forth map after the first set of rotations. It wasn't until the second set of rotos where things really started getting interesting. A few mistakes that came in towards the end of this game that I want to pull up. One of them was being Afro Streak, and I know, Ben, we talked about that a little bit. But let's go into a listening with the LA Thieves. Let's see how they sound, and I'll fix the cams. LA Thieves always have the great comms. It was a tie game at this point, so let's tune in.
Some people There's hard player kills there. We spawn on dome. Match was P1.
Nice, Zach. P1, P1 dead.
One shot.
I'm cautious. I'm cautious back, yeah.
Oh, they were tripping.
I'm cautious. Give me a second.
One's gonna be top one. It's probably.
I'm down. He's right in the back. Right window. Right window. Two. Nice. Back door, Ken. He jumped in. Another one in. Nice. Good job, Ken. I don't live. I'm nice. I got Stokes. Hey, Stokes. P1 spawns, guys. P1 spawns. Dill's hard block. P1 spawns.
Okay,
I went alright. Yeah, I get down right.
Yeah, I got it.
That guy's one shot.
These guys could spawn here.
Hut.
I had to play my back kill, bro.
Dead. I can help you. Ruins dead. You're done. One's down with me, down late. I think you're down.
Yeah, I got time.
I'll see him down. I went mid, bro.
It's a cam.
One's down late. One of
Cam afro. Cam afro.
Give me a guy.
Cam afro.
Yeah, I'm gonna jump.
They're not playing me. They're gonna go around Jones.
Alright, I'm close.
I'm top dome right now.
I'll give me in the back of me, pizza. Yeah, I'm seeing
Cam
guy.
afro, guys.
Okay, top P3. Top Jones. Top Jones.
Nice.
Missing afro.
Yep. Player kills. Listen.
I'm on the back straight.
I'm player P2. Nothing P2. Nothing P2.
Nothing in the back.
Yeah, one could be Jens.
I'm on top dome.
On the head of me. Well, I'm in the water.
Glitch.
Nice. One is a
Shit.
Yeah, he's one of Jens. Player kills.
I'm living.
Nice, one Jens. 3 for 1.
Gens.
This guy's got it on me still.
Afro, yeah. We can
I'm just living, boys.
They're all mid, bro.
I'm just living. This guy's still outer got it low. He's on like the lip. He's outer still got it.
Last guy,
I got it. Still outer.
You're good. That's it. Where?
His last guy behind got it on the
That's all you guys.
I'm here. I got you. Am I right?
Hey, I'm
30
shooting
seconds.
across.
30 seconds. I help you mid, Zach. I help you.
I have Jens.
I help mid, Zach.
Dead. Good job.
Cross.
He's
going
in ruins. I got you.
In or top. I can't tell. In ruins or top. I can't tell. 20 seconds. 20 seconds.
I have door, but they can be mid of me. He's in here.
Great time here. I'm here.
So that's going to do it for the comps for LA Thieves. They ended up chaining the P3 to the P4 here in the second rotation. This is where we kind of saw the first lead of the game. Really started to see LA Thieves break away. But it was at the end of this game where we go into a second rotation. Afro ends up calling a streak in. He sees his player Envoy. He sees him go in the water. He actually tries to kill him. He goes for him. But they don't make the call out. I just don't understand how they allow Envoy to just do this after seeing him in the streak. It's almost like they weren't talking to each other. I mean, Chris, we'll start with you. Do you think they called him out and they just like didn't even listen or what? I don't really know what happened here.
I don't know. They just seem like they just were.
That's a big mistake there, man.
That's a huge mistake. They let him get through for free. But also, the Thieves sounded good in that listening. But who let Ben cook, bro?
Yeah, this guy's making pasta. This guy's making pasta in the middle of the flank.
Ben good.
It's the pasta's fucking good, so.
This guy Ben, I don't know why he didn't eat the pasta before the damn flanking.
Because I streamed fucking 11 hours and I need to eat.
You have been grinding. You have been grinding. You're good, bro. You can eat your pasta. You're chilling. Just don't eat in the mic though.
So like in the earlier, I think the second P1.
Yeah.
You know, Afro taking a similar route, but he actually shortcutted. He went through the mid, pop up and killed a guy. And I'm just curious why they ended up just doubling mid again. Like, you need to make sure you hold these spawns. They don't do that.
I mean, even without the info, Ben, I just feel like I say Afro didn't even have a streak. They didn't have this information.
Yeah.
Somebody needs to pick up like the water routes. Like somebody needs to just keep an eye on this stuff, man. Like somebody, you can have players playing for P1 and playing for that time, but you can't just give up.
There's a team kill too. Cammy actually team kills Afro as well. So it's actually just like a complete comedy of errors in this situation.
It just makes it even worse that they had the information.
Yeah.
If you go back, number 2 looked at the cross in the water, but it was too late. He was already through, but he also like couldn't see him. Like you see number 2, look at what he's looking at. See purple arrow?
Yeah, he's looking at the left. You're saying the guy looking at the left side.
Yeah, and then look, he'll turn. He's looking at the water hop.
Right, but they got it. That's what I'm saying though. Like
they just didn't pick him up.
Yeah, there's when you go underwater there's 4 different spots you can come up from. You just need somebody playing safety net on P2 spawns. We talked about this yesterday. If nobody's gonna play safety net, you're gonna get funneled for it.
This is symptomatic, I think, of Rokkr, where on paper this team should be playing a lot better, and just during this spree right now, this L streak, they're just finding different ways to lose maps that are most often kind of mistakes that they're making on their part, which is. They're a team with a lot of experience. I'm just surprised that, these types of communication errors are occurring on this team.
Agreed.
And it just sucks. You know what just sucks about this map in general, though? It's like, yeah, they definitely should have called him out that it's a possibility he gets through. So, like, even if hypothetically someone did play safety net, if he didn't go through and he ended up, like, lurking mid-water or, like, re-wrapping towards, like, their side, like... Essentially, those teams holding 3v4, and that's one of my biggest gripes with this map is just that there's just times where like you do take the risk of like, oh yeah, I gotta go, be a safety net because a guy could get through or a guy's potentially through. But if they don't actually make that play and they just like ignore you essentially, you're just useless, and it's such a frustrating map to play sometimes.
Yeah, we'll
I mean,
take a look
you
at the. Go ahead, Pat.
I was just saying, you guys are talking about one mistake, but like they won 8 out of 12 rotations and didn't hold a single one. They got broke on all of them.
Talking
Every single one that they
about
won.
the Minnesota Rokkr.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They
I mean
broke on every single one.
I mean it was a tie game going into the second set. I mean, yeah, granted their holds have been pretty piss poor, but LA Thieves is also a really good breaking team. They rely on breaks. I feel like LA Thieves has always been that. What's LA Thieves? Do you have breaking percentages for LA Thieves, or by any chance, Pat, or no?
Probably does.
I feel like they try and play off a break more than they try and play off holds, but. It was the P3 to P4 in the second rotation where LA Thieves started to run away with it because they were able to chain the hill together and Minnesota just couldn't get in there. But what do you think's going on with their holds, Pat? They're just lost in the sauce or what?
Yeah, I mean, I've always said it with this Minnesota team. Like, I just don't think they have the talent. I know you guys argued that like some of these guys were pretty strong, but I'd be honest, I just never liked this team from the get-go. I just didn't think they fit. And yeah, I mean, we're kind of now seeing what it looks like when this team doesn't just massively outslay like they did at Boston.
Yeah, I agree. I definitely feel like in Boston they had like those like I guess an
just
anomaly.
fine,
I guess an anomaly. It was just the way they were slaying out, especially Bant and Afro. Like they were doing just crazy stuff. So for them to consistently be at that level, it's gonna be tough for them, man. Like they got to come together as a team, like as a unit. But we'll see what happens. We'll get into the second map. Octane had a really good first map. Took a look at the scoreboard at the end of that one. He went absolutely off. He's been really good for LA Thieves, man. Got to give Octane his flowers because I just feel like he's been a difference maker for them. Just locking down lanes and not missing shots when you have an AR like that. It's very, very difficult to get anything going. But we'll get into the second map. We get into a hotel search and destroy. Minnesota, they really like to favor over to this B bomb site. They actually solo envoy here in the beginning of the map. They end up rushing over to B. Octane's stuck with the snipe. I think Octane's able to get one kill here with the snipe, but his teammates fall around him. He's got a sniper in his hand. It's going to be tough to retake this one. Gets tied up at 1. Into this the third round. This is what I want to talk about on this map. LA Thieves do such a good job every round, and Chris, you can maybe expand on this, pushing out Bedroom on offense. Like, they are not scared at all to make plays and get aggressive here on their offense. You can see Envoy, right? Like, pushing low halls, getting these kills, getting map control. Minnesota just never adapted to this. Like, LA Thieves did this like 3 times, like 3 or 4 times on offense.
Minnesota eventually did like in the middle of the map, but they'd already
too
burned
late.
too many rounds. Yeah.
They burned too many rounds. I mean, eventually Minnesota was like, okay, wait, let's try and counter it or let's try and do something. But I mean, Chris, in your opinion, what's the best way to stop an overall just an A hit Bedroom push? Because they do have the upper hand, right? Like they throw their attacks, they hit it quick. I mean, it is hard to stop, but I feel like there has to be a way to counter that.
I mean, usually you just have to have a guy play like bottom bed and like at least watch the cross. One thing that I like to do, and I personally think is very underrated, is you should probably always have somebody go to the bottom hallway that Envoy was playing and just stand open the doors. What that does is it makes it so if a guy does cross bed, he has to close those doors or he has to take control of the site or is down there, so that way that nobody could like hit the long hallway and watch over the bomb. Right. But it just creates an open lane that they have to worry about. But I mean, all you really have to do is just watch the cross from bottom bed and then react off it. If they're not doing that, then
I was even saying like, and I don't know how you guys feel about this, but I was even saying just get mid control, like work through couches, work through mid. If you can get full control of that, you can just watch the cross, you know, use your tags, watch the cross. And if anything, push through, you know, try and maybe pinch it right away. If they're just going to hit out Bedroom, maybe try and play through middle and try and challenge, use your numbers like somewhere else.
But the thing is though, like by the time you get set up mid, unless you just like instantly hit mid, like without like stunning any of your stuff,
right.
Like,
You would have to instantly do it.
They can probably cross, or some teams, what they'll do is they'll stun the mid, like they'll stun around couches, or they'll have like a guy play like restaurant side or dub arches,
right?
And he'll stun the couches like heady or something like that, or peek it. That way they can't just sit on like the block by the front of the couches and watch them like the cross. It's a little bit, it's definitely easier said than done, Tom, but they just need to react better. Like they just like ran at that guy solo by himself, and I don't know.
And that leads you to the next round. Oh, go ahead, Ben.
I was about to say, you can talk about the next round, but they just have no confidence in this game right now. They're on a massive L streak. They're really in a big slide in S&D. I just think they don't have any W's on the board right now, and they don't have anything to go back on confidence wise.
Yeah, and then the next round, I just didn't understand the strat here. Like, Bance tries to make a solo play, but there's just nobody there. Like, there's nobody there with him. It looked like they were playing towards B initially, but then you can see Bance, he continues to keep going, and then his two teammates, they just, like, they hold. Like, I just don't understand
What are they
what's...
watching?
I don't know. I don't know what the
They're
strat
watching
was.
mid-arches.
Yeah, they're just...
Yeah.
They have two guys holding double arch, and then Bance just pushes B by himself. I don't know, just weird. Then they end up wrapping the bomb back to A, and LA Thieves don't even fall for it. They just sit A, and they know that they're wrapping, and then they kind of get funneled here as well. So an interesting round for the Minnesota Rokkr. Anybody know what the heck they were thinking there?
No, they're just having tons of miscommunication, Tom. Like, there's no excuse for what they were doing. Like, they weren't looking at anything. Like, it seems like their comms and just their decision making right now is just so like. They're just it's everywhere, and they're just so like Ben said, there's just no confidence. Like, there's no it's they're just a mess.
Yep. And then take a look at this, another bedroom hit from LA Thieves, right? Another bedroom hit where they just don't. And nobody's even there from Minnesota. They're not even there.
Hold on. Go back to the start of the round. I got to see their initial, bro.
They just play. They just sit middle. They just sit mid. They don't even make a play here. LA Thieves just plants the bomb when nobody even shooting at them. I mean, at least try and get maybe somebody bottom bed or something. You know, put some eyes on the bomb.
What?
Bro, they're just playing like shit. Yeah,
Like,
we're trying to talk
I
about
mean,
the one or two things.
it's not even like a
they're
blind
playing
counter
like
at that
shit.
point. You don't even get any information that they're going A. You give it up full. Like, you're just relying on them to like scam. Like, you're just, what the fuck is that round? They're all looking at nothing.
I mean, there's a few other than this, right? I mean, you could kind of see how it was just falling apart for him. I mean, there's a few other rounds that I want to highlight. One of them being Envoy, because granted, then Ben, like you said, Minnesota started countering it a little bit. They started really slowing it down, especially on their offenses, and they brought it back a little bit until this play right here. Envoy making plays. He's able to find one, finds actually three here. Makes a good play by weakening one, challenging the other side. Throws that stun grenade out. Dylan can't do nothing about it, and it's an easy three-piece from Dylan Envoy. Fantastic plays coming out of Dylan, and then we get into the next round, and it's Dylan Envoy again. All game, he's been doing this. All game. He's been hitting through A, playing bedroom. He finds another one top bed, and then plays his life down low. There's a first blood in the first 20 seconds. There's another bomb plant for LA Thieves. And this one was all over. Minnesota get ran through on the S&D. They end up going down 0-2.
Go back to the beginning of that round when that Envoy, you said Envoy made the play. I want to see like what Rokkr was doing on their defense this time.
Yep, sure. Let's go back to the beginning of the round. You can
wanna
see
see it.
the break off from Minnesota. So it looks like they sent two bed, one mid, one towards B. So granted, they started doing this more, like Ben said, right? Like they just waited too long to send people here and like stop this A push. Right here, I actually don't mind this setup from Minnesota here. They just lost the fight. Like Envoy just made a good play.
Yeah, I mean, just yeah. That's all it was.
I mean, Pat, any final thoughts on a search? I know you said, I mean, they're just playing bad, but any advice, any thoughts?
No, Tom. I said they're playing like shit.
Yeah, you did say that. That's exactly what you said. That's correct. And then, of course, we get into the map 3, which was the control over on Hotel. And this one ended pretty fast as well. The one round I want to bring us to is the third round, because how the hell does this happen? We don't need to tune into the listening. We can go straight to the end of this round.
Straight to the fucking breakdown is what we're going to do.
It's a 5v13 in favor of the Minnesota Rokkr here on defense. And just look at the plays. It's the unlosable. Kenny jumps in a hill, finds one, lays down, finds two somehow. Now it's a 9v3. LA Thieves are out of lives. 27 seconds left on the clock. Minnesota Rokkr is spawning across the map. They got to do something together, but this all collapses for them. I mean, watching this back, Pat, Chris, Ben, anything Minnesota Rokkr should have done differently here, or did they just get smoked?
They just had to get a trade, bro.
No
like,
trades.
This guy got a 2-piece, and then initially Kenny got a 2-piece because the guy on point tweaked behind the cube, and then ego chowed Kenny, and then the other guy's running over to try to get the trade, dies too. I mean, they just got.
Wait, do you like them all?
Bro.
Do you like them all flooding info desk like that?
I mean, no. I think they should have played through. I mean, I think they should have played through couches. I don't know why they're flooding through arch.
Well, the thing is, though, like if they flood through couches, like they're more likely to get sandwiched. If they flood info desk and isolate one player there, then
why
they
not
just have to
back
look
up bed,
bad.
Chris? Why not just back like right here off these back kitchen spawns? What if they just back? Why don't they just hit bed out here and just trade?
They have to clear too much there. Like they have to clear way too much there. You know what I mean? Like Kenny can play like a better.
But they
like
have
a good
numbers,
spot.
Chris. They have
I
numbers.
mean, I get it. I know, but like if you're going bed, you have to clear top, bottom bed, and potentially long. If you go not info desk, but if you go main desk, you literally just have to clear Godheady. Because if you get to the Godheady for free, assuming they're both bed or like, you know what I mean? Like they just can look one way. Like this is way easier. This is way easier to like clear, in my opinion, if they're gonna flood.
Dude, that was a big stick as well with that grenade.
Yeah.
If
Yeah,
Draza, because
unfortunate.
this was actually big, because if Draza doesn't stick Dylan there, Dylan probably dives across to his desk and just snakes it. And then that's obviously going to buy him a little bit more time. But, I mean, it does go straight to a 2v2 situation once again. Well, on the point, I'm saying. Because I know it's 6-1 life or 62 life count. But on the point, it was a 2v2. But, yeah, bro. I mean, Minnesota, I agree, Chris. They just need to get a trade. But I think it might have been a good play maybe to back up bedroom and just work kills.
I mean, potentially. But, dude, they have 20 seconds. And they know Kenny crossed there and potentially one other. Like, bro, they have to clear so much shit. Yeah, they could work trades, but at the same time, they could work trades on the other side.
Yeah.
Them hitting it. There's no way in a 3v whatever that they're gonna have more than one person playing their side. They're gonna play like bed more, right? So they like it's just easier for them to flood that way. And anyone is arguing against that, like, come on, bro.
They just
Like,
gotta do realistically, Chris.
They just
could
gotta get a trade, bro.
They
It
could have
didn't
done
matter
like
where, but,
5
like,
different things if they just got in a trade. Honestly,
Just get a fucking trade, bro. Like they got two piece.
and then in the final round, the final offense for LA Thieves, they just do such a good job just stopping clock and playing kills. I mean, you can see it here, right? Like you have number 5, it's gonna be Octane. He just sits on the 8 points, stops the clock, and LA Thieves, the kill feed is just all white. I think it actually even started from a kill from Draza. He was able to get him out of this double desk area like D1, D2, but LA Thieves, they just worked the lives down on Minnesota here. I think this round could have been a little bit cleaner for LA Thieves if they were to work some stacks off some of the kills they got. But they just keep that choo-choo train going. Constant floods over towards this B point. Minnesota literally can't get out of the spawn. And I do like the aggression from LA Thieves to constantly keep that map control and keep that gas pedal down, because they did not let Minnesota breathe. They just consistently pushed us out. They had they got 2 ticks, and then they were able to get that final tick. But go ahead, Chris.
They're just keeping them staggered. But like one thing that some teams maybe won't do, but I think is a good play. This is for people that might not understand this map well. If even if your teammates start to go down, like it's so important that you stay alive bed, or at the very least have somebody watching the bedroom cross. Because if you can maintain that cross, by the time your teammates come up off spawn kitchen, they don't have to like re-clear bed. So like at all times, like you saw Envoy was just sitting bottom bed holding it. The guy connector was just sitting there holding it. They waited for Minnesota to make the mistake of like trying to push into them, and then like they just like maintain map control. Like it's always the play you should make. If you know they're not bed yet, just hold the cross at all costs, because like I said, you don't need to re-clear.
Yeah.
So you save time.
You know they're gonna try and get across. They have to.
Exactly.
Pretty
Like
much.
everyone will do it. So if you know there's nobody there, just maintain cross.
Yeah.
That's all it is.
No, and then LA Thieves, they get the 3-0. We'll take a look at the final scoreboard. 30 and 22 from Afro, but it wasn't enough. He looked okay. I mean, individually, Afro's a great player, but it just wasn't enough to take down the Los Angeles Thieves. Everybody pulling weight across the board. Matter of fact, they had 3 guys negative in this one. Only 1 guy positive 4. That's Envoy. So maybe getting out late in this one a little bit, and still coming out top with a 3-1 dub. So, any final thoughts? I mean, Pat, I see you blowing shit up over there. Any final thoughts, my guy, on the first series of the day? LA Thieves versus Minnesota.
You did ask Tom what LA Thieves break percentage is. They're second overall.
Yeah, that makes sense. That makes a lot of sense.
So yeah,
they're a very good breaking team.
Here's the thing, Tom, is Rokkr 0-5. I have no confidence right now. They might go to this event and get 0 points. And then a bunch of other teams around them are going to gain points. Like they're going to slide from their 6th spot right now all the way down to probably 8th. I think on the Rokkr side, considering that you're already in Texas, you don't have to travel on Tuesday. Do you want to send this roster out to get dead last of the major, or do you think about maybe?
I think at this point you just let the roster play out, and then after the major you look to make a change. I mean, I don't think they're going to change right now.
You're just sending Lance to slaughter there, so I don't know. I think it's a combo with this team.
They're not gonna make an emergency substitute right now. Like they would have no reps. Like they even though they had a
something, bro.
shitty.
They're not gonna win.
Yeah,
with
as
the way
well,
they're playing.
dude. Yeah,
So
so
fuck it, why
Seattle.
not?
Seattle was in the same boat going to the last event, and they still went to the event, bro. They're not gonna make an emergency substitute for potentially one series if they were to like lose out on losers. Like they're gonna hope that they get some. They're gonna hope they get some fire going on LAN, and if they don't, then they're gonna go back to the drawing board. They're not gonna do it literally right before the event.
I
Bro.
respect it.
That's
I
a
respect it.
Oh, they
'Cause
like.
I think
like
at the
they
end of the
didn't.
day, I
yeah.
think at the end of the day, we just agree on one thing. They need a roster change. I think we're just
Yeah.
arguing about the win, but this team needs to change. Period. Whether it be, and I think Ben or Chris, to Ben's point, like you're saying don't because you're hoping they catch some fire. I think me and Ben are of the thing where like this team's catching no fire. Their shit has been put out. They are nothing but ashes right now. And they need a change.
Yeah, but they
ASAP.
don't have time to like evaluate like best
their sub?
options
Who's
and
their
stuff.
sub?
It doesn't matter.
Fame or Real, I think, are both subs, and they are both SMG players.
Nah,
I
bring
mean,
in Real.
bro, they
See
run
that
this.
guy.
They run this roster back versus anyone in the top 8, and they're getting smoked on LAN right now. Like 10
Right
points would
now,
be-
sure, but
10 points is massive. I mean, like, yeah, like you might bring one of them in and then make another change, but I don't, like I said, like, I don't think it's the worst idea in the world because remember, they missed out on champs last year by 20 points. Them winning one series on LAN in this situation, considering they're about to slide right to the cut
for
line.
them
huge.
potentially making an emergency substitute and bringing in a guy that literally has no idea what this team is like doing and trying to literally just get them up to speed in a couple days is literally just gambling. Like they're just gambling. If at least
Rokkr's been gambling every CDL
at the very
season with some of
least,
these rosters.
if they keep their team, like they just hope they just turn up on LAN and like they don't have to redo anything. They just literally go to the event with, understanding that like, all right, whatever. We go to the event, we either play well or we're gonna make a change after anyways. Why would you do that? Why would you do that right before the tournament? Like
because
that's actually troll.
They have
Bro, but
nothing
the
to lose
problem-
right now.
The problem is, Chris, and I've said this before, is like
Nothing to lose. They bring in one of their subs, and then they get shit on with him, and he
No,
gets
but
shit on because he has
I think
no idea
you're
what the fuck
ignoring,
is going
Chris.
on.
When,
And then
when the
ignoring
flip
one
side
thing.
is running this roster back that has no confidence, bro. They
Bro,
were
you guys
non-factor
are
in the
missing
series.
you guys are missing the one thing that we
Yeah.
talk about with every team. What happens if they go to the event and they do okay? They like win 3 games. It'll be the worst thing that could happen for them because they'll have confidence that they can keep the fucking roster. That's
I
not
mean,
even
I mean,
full fucking time.
unless they're winning or getting like a top 3 placing, they're probably going to change.
I think these guys will make a change regardless at this point.
Well, let's hop into the.
Because-
Go ahead,
yeah.
Chris. I didn't know if you had more to say on that.
Go ahead. Nah, that's
You
fine.
sure?
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm sure.
Okay, let's hop into the next series. We'll see what happens with the Minnesota Rokkr. We got Vegas Legion going up against the Los Angeles Guerrillas. We start things off on a Mercado Hardpoint, El Asilo, S&D, Fortress Control, Embassy Hardpoint, Hotel Search. Looks like Vegas got rid of Fortress for the Hardpoint, LAG, Hotel. What do you guys think? What do you guys think about the vetoes? Anything that caught your eye? Anything at all?
I mean, I just think Vegas tried to square up with LAG Academy, LAG on
basically
Embassy
what it is.
Hardpoint. I know it's just such a habit at this point for me, but they tried to square up with them on Embassy Hardpoint. Although I think they probably should have won. They made a couple mistakes and let LAG get back in the game and win it.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can't be letting that map in.
Yeah, I mean,
They haven't looked good on any other maps, so
you guys agree with that, Ben, Pat? You agree with him on that?
yeah, there's no reason it should be in the
I mean-
series.
I mean, I agree with Pat on that take. Or sorry, I agree with Chris on take. My bad.
Yeah, we could get into the first map a little bit. Our city started off this map on fire, bro.
I was piecing.
This guy was piecing to kick things off. He goes on a nice little spree here. We'll let it play out just so you guys can see our cities get busy. I see him in the chat right now. Shout out to Alec in the chat. But he actually gets streaks right off the rip. Really good plays from him. He gets a nice snap here onto TJ, and then he gets the full streak. So he starts off 6-0. And then he gets another nice beam over here, rotating over onto Donnie Temp. Clean beams there. Wow. Chris, you still talking about this scar? You still think the Vaznev is better or what, bro?
Bro, he's literally head glitching,
Come on,
and the
bro.
only thing you
Come
can
on,
see is his
bro.
chest. Are
Come
you
on.
fried?
Come on, bro.
You think that's broken?
I am drinking a
That's
nice glass of
normal.
wine, though. I am drinking a nice. No, it is normal. Both guns in it. You just kill insanely fast with both guns, in my opinion.
It's not the guns. It's the situations and the field upgrade. Most SMG players run Dead Silence, and currently right now, like when you don't have Dead Silence as a Scar or as like a Scar AR player, like you're just a fucking vegetable. Like you literally can't move.
Yeah.
With the sub, you can at least make plays. It's not the guns that are super OP. It's like the situations you can put yourself in with the sub are better currently than the situations you can get it in with an AR. Like it's not the guns. The guns are fine.
Yeah, and then you take a look. Vegas was able to get a really big hold on P3, and they get a lot of time there. So they were able to bring it back pretty quick. Going into the L Wall Hill on P4, this is where things start to get mixy in the map. As we go through, dude, there are so many hills on this map. I want to highlight Two Real. He goes massive here on a P7. You can see everybody's pushed out. Two Real's alone in hill. I like the play from LAG here. I love how they set up the break. They send RCs on an island to pinch through back alley, and then they send the rest of the guys through front. So Alex slow plays his kill. He's able to find a couple kills with the help of Assault, but it's Two Real. He finds two on hill. Last one up is Joe Thieves. He pulls the knife out, and Two Real lets it sing. He ends up getting a knife there onto Two Real. Fantastic plays coming out of him.
Alex also got repinch by Clay too in that situation as well.
It should have been a break. Two Real went crazy. Two Real went absolutely crazy right there. So really good plays out of him. And then we get into the Vegas listening. I love the way they were commenting. So let's tune in and see how the boys from Vegas sound.
One shot. And the rest are gonna spawn 10.
Yeah, tell me.
I'm about to go game. That's 10. I got
Yo, deep long, yellow van.
I'm still one tunnel.
Out of the map. Yellow van is
One shot tunnel. Yellow van. One shot on time. Exceed.
Not pushing it. Yo,
going back to
huge
dark.
rotation. Stay like top.
Dark corner.
dead.
We should play time.
I hear one
They
tunnel.
see this whole time. RCs and Joe Cheese.
Just pulling Barber's side of the map. I'll just play tunnel. Lights one shot.
Alec on a 5, one on hill.
I'll just focus
Tunnel
time.
side of hill, stun. Didn't hit
I
him
see
with
the guy
gun.
lights.
I'm gonna come with you balcony side, barber side.
I got the guy lights.
That's big time.
That was nice.
Shot
Let's
me.
get on hill.
One shot and ult.
You ready to
Hit
challenge?
him again. One shot.
Ready to challenge?
Bottom. He's left corner, bottom.
And top dead, one's bottom left. Bottom left.
It's one RV, it's one RV.
One is RV, one is in hill. One is in hill. We can kill this kid. Hill, guys.
Door dead.
Nice. I'm gonna challenge out.
No,
I'm with you.
I saw him umbrella.
I'm challenging umbrella.
I'm going to dead. We go. He's top. Inner stairs. One shot. Inner stairs. One shot. Nice. One is top. One shot. Nice. Get Joe to see.
Short. Okay.
Time. It's good time. I have my short.
You can pinch chase and
Elbow, I'm short elbow.
Nobody is tunnel. One tunnel. Last deep long.
Last kid.
Tunnel so. He's close. Let's fucking go, Don.
Look at tunnel.
Long. Absolutely. One's a bomb or something. Shot me in the back.
He's on A bomb dead.
Nice. Good job. Iron down.
Short.
This time is huge.
I saw him tunnel.
Guarantee this time.
Good shots out of Clayster, and even better comms. I always love hearing Vegas' comms because I just feel like Clay is such a good leader for these guys. He always brings a lot of energy for them. You could kind of see how they're able to set up that break here on the P2, and then we get into the P3 rotation. LAG, they were already set up, but they let Vegas break into this one, and just to kind of see how it happens, do they just completely give up dark? They don't even look at this. Look, Vegas runs right through dark. It's Two Real. It's Donnie Temp. They end up breaking through the hill. I'm pretty sure they just worked some trades. I mean, realistically, right off the bat, I think LAG trolled the setup by letting them waltz through dark. What do you guys think?
Yeah, I'll just kind of play. Yeah.
So I'm not really too sure what the setup was there for LAG.
Alex in chat, I think you thought that someone top warehouse was to watch your dark.
Yeah, somebody could play in the window up top at the off angle, and you can at least get the info that they're coming. But
I mean, throw a damn shimmy. Yeah. Somebody headglitched the
weren't even
dumpster.
looking at it at all.
Just like throw a shimmy, get some information. I mean, they turtled themselves in hill, and that was a big break because LAG could have brought this back here. And Vegas, they just waltzed right up through dark. It was Two Real who gets to kill Alley. RC's lost full. And then they all get traded out in time. Donnie's in a 1v1 situation.
Yeah, when I was watching this, and whenever this hill came up, I was like, oh, LAG could bring it back. And then as soon as that kind of happened, I was like, oh, well, this is over. Granted, I think Vegas started trolling and it got close. But
it got close because then LAG, LAG, they get broken on the P2, they get broken on the P3, and then they rotate to a P4. They're able to lock down most of the time here. Honestly, it was a good setup from them. Assault was doing a great job here, just headglitching all these cars, switching up his angles. Vegas couldn't really get close to this one, so LAG was able to bring it all the way back. And then this is where things get a little scary for Vegas. Arcides, he calls the streak in. Not sure if there were any trophies down, judging by him getting a kill. Probably not. He finesses the streak through the hole. Exceed finds another one, pinching through front. And just like that, LAG, they use that streak to get the information and to get the kills. They end up breaking in into this P5 hard point. And then we can kind of let it play out and see how they were able to lose this one. But it was just Vegas. They stayed disciplined. They stayed composed. I don't think they picked up on these spawns here. Because you see Clayster, he spawns docks. And then number 1, TJ spawns out P2. So the pinch was automatically in off the just chaotic spawns of Vegas. I mean, Chris, how do you read that? They're
Bro,
spawning
the
all
reason
over the
why
map.
this fucking hill is so dog shit is because like a lot of the time the default spawn is mid. So you remember how I said that like sometimes dying first is a like
Yeah.
like dying second is a bad a bad thing.
Yeah.
And that's why, because you'll just get some fucking random mid tunnel spawn. Like it happens all the time. Instead of like spawning on a side,
Yeah.
you'll just spawn mid tunnel. Like the default spawn is there. Instead of you spawning like either docks or towards like dark or anything, you just like, why the fuck do you spawn middle? Like it's the default spawn. You tunnel. What?
Yeah.
It makes no fucking sense.
And in Vegas, they
so
get the
then you
split
just
spawns.
like start running forward to the hill, and they're just spawning on both sides of you. Like, huh?
32 and
Fugazi.
16 from Arcides,
so
but
Fugazi,
it
bro.
wasn't enough. It wasn't enough from Arcides. 30. This guy went, bro. Somebody needs to help this guy. 32 and 16 for the L. Yeah, bro. I'm raging. I'm definitely raging a little bit.
Wait. I like you outside them by quite a bit.
Yeah, LAG actually, yeah, they outslayed him a ton because it looks like everybody
15 seconds in hill.
negative. I mean, but Jodeci's got 2 minutes, so I mean, he's making up for it. NXC's got 2 minutes on his side as well. The two ARs don't got any time. Assault and Arcides, no time for them. Listen,
Jesus, son.
bro, if my teammate's 32 and 16, I'll get in the hill. He's double. This guy's piecing. I don't know what really
I'm just trying
happened.
to troll him because I know
He's in the chat. You're trolling him. Yeah, but LAG they fall
just
short.
scammed, bro.
Any final
scammed that
thoughts
hill.
on a map one? Pat, you have any thoughts on a map number one? It was a good close map between these two teams.
Yeah, just a good clutch up by Vegas.
Yeah, good clutch
Yeah.
up from Vegas. They stayed composed, and then we get into the El Asilo S&D.
Next two
This
maps,
map
though.
was weird. This map was weird, bro. First and foremost, Clay's in a 1v2. And the bomb is down for LAG. Alec, you are in the chat, so maybe you can expand on this, but he just hops on the bomb here. You can kind of see how it happens. So Exceeds, he jumps the corner. Clay throws a snipe at him, but then hops on the bomb instantly. I got a little worried because he got pretty close here. He got close. But RCs ends up taking him down, so it was a pretty comfortable round from LAG off the break. And then we get
Clay
into...
almost actually got the wall back. If you go back and look, Clay actually almost like hit him to the wall with the snipe.
With the snipe?
He's really close. Yeah, because he ended up clipping the bomb, I think.
Yeah, he clipped the bomb. I mean, unless Clay had the reaction.
And he got really
God,
close.
he
That
would have
would
been
have
able
been
to...
insane.
But he goes down, and we get into the next round. Love the plays here from Exceed. I mean, he somehow just finds 3 here. TJ on a pinch. He's going to bust through the door and then Exceed. He's going to turn, find 1, find 2, picks up the AR, and finds 3. Fantastic plays coming out of Exceed, man. I mean, that's just good individual play from him. And then we get into the next round. This is where Vegas was able to get a round on the board. Good pinch from TJ Haley. Always love TJ Haley in S&D. But TJ, he hits a little flank with that dead silence. And he plays patient here. Good trigger discipline. Doesn't shoot at anybody till he gets some good shots. Finds 1. RCs, he's tagged up on a truck. Finds 2. Good shots from TJ. The B push from LAG gets shut down instantly. And then we go into the next round. It's a pretty easy defense from LAG. They end up just playing through checkers. Vegas try and rush like an A-bomb plant, but LAG do a really good job just working these kills, working these pinches, and just honestly just being annoying, being a nuisance. I think the sub players from LAG really shined in this one, like Joe Thieves and Exceed, just being an absolute nuisance on a map. And then we go into the next round. This is where things get a little weird. Too Real. He's on a site. Vegas, they're holding strong. Not really too sure why Too Real made this play. But right here, there's 6 seconds left on the clock. You know LAG is on that A-bomb. You know they're planning. They have to. They know they're in there. They know they're on a bomb. If Too Real busts through this door right here and shoots the guy off the bomb and dies and gets traded out, that's it. The round is over. Vegas wins the round. But he busts through the door, does a 360, goes down, and now Clay's left in a 1v2 situation with bomb down. Definitely a little bit of a misplay there. What do you guys think?
Yeah, he scammed. He probably just wasn't looking at the time, or I don't know. He just tweaked, bro.
He tweaked.
In the
He
same
definitely
way that the
tweaked.
walls are a paper thing, do you think people might try and just bomb bang through the door and try
Well,
to do
that
bomb
leads
this
me
situation in the future?
to
He plants on the backside, sure,
next
but you
round.
can't.
Yeah,
You can't really shoot him. You can't really shoot him the stretch spot from the door.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
that leads
I
me
mean,
to the next
wall bang
round.
stuff was cool.
Yeah, so Ben, you can explain this a little bit. Apparently, 2Real noticed that LAG played these spots very often, and they went into a private match before the match and figured out how to line it up and get free 2 kills.
Yeah, this is what Theory tweeted after the match, that they had watched VOD, they knew the spots they played, and they went and practiced these wallbang angles. So yes, it looks like he's fucking hacking, but apparently this is.
And then after he does this, he lags out. After he does this, they win the round, and he ends up lagging out. And everybody was like, "Dude, did this guy just get banned on the spot, like in the middle of the Call of Duty League?" But no, they lined it up. They did their rod review. They did their practice. Good job out of them. But it wasn't enough. That was the only 2 rounds that Vegas was able to win in this one. A little bit of intermissions and a few breaks, and eventually we get into the last couple rounds. But we don't need to go too in depth on the last couple rounds here. It was the 2-4 round LAG. They work a rush plant in the offense, and then they go over to the defense. And I honestly just like the routes from them. I like the routes from Arcides. He ends up pushing out field. With that AR, I think he goes all the way around here too. Or actually he pulls out a sub in this one. So good play from Alec. He said, "Fuck it, I'll do it myself." Pulls out the Vaznev, works a quick dead silence play, finds one, and you can already see how Vegas just kind of turtling in this building, and they kind of just get funneled here. Assault with good shots there, 3v2. Jodeci's with another one, and Vegas, they slowly fall apart. The retake comes in. And just like that, we're tied up at 1. Any final thoughts, guys, on the map number 2? A few resets and a few lag outs. So it was a little weird in the timestamps, but
2 delays later, and then we're in.
That's still a really clean search. That's still a really clean search.
Yeah, I thought LAG was super hyper aggressive on defense, but not in the way that we normally see the hyper aggression. And I thought it was very, very clinical out of them.
And then we get into a fortress control. I mean, I don't know about you guys. I don't really want to talk about this, bro.
I fucking hate watching this, bro. Like,
let's get this fucking map.
It was 5 defenses in a row. I mean, teams are literally just throwing themselves on hills on offense, trying to get as many ticks as possible because they know they're just going to lose.
Bro, I get that there are teams, for example, like New York, that have winning records like on that, and they have like crazy percentages. But at the end of the day, bro, the playing the map is fucking cheese. It's literally a cop out for like not having a good control map pool, where you're just like, well, fuck it, let's just gamble because we can't play them on the map they're good in. So let's
Vegas and CeeLo, they don't play fucking.
So let's just fucking play.
I will show one thing, because I did have this in my notes. Things did get sketchy in the overtime. This is where things did get a little hectic. I think Clay has been fantastic for Vegas, and it's not even so much the stats. I just feel like he's such an impactful player for them. Like, he's always just doing something, always making a play, always taking a route. But they get into this B point. They got the 8 cap pretty quick, so people are like, okay, here we go. But even after you get that 8 cap, it's still very, very difficult to get B. And that was probably the one opportunity here where maybe they could have done it. I just think Donnie and 2Real maybe need the slow play there, maybe try and work some kills, but they get funneled to the spawn.
They were kind of watching it back, like their teammates get killed off a spawn. I don't really know.
Yeah, there's not much.
Maybe they get one in the back. They're going to get pinched by number 6. Like, I think it was kind of chalked.
Glacier just held the angle and prayed, bro. Like, or they should have like hopped off point sooner and like just tried to like retain
push the back out, like maybe push the back, try and work kills. I mean, at this
or
point,
like hit the side door. Like number one could easily be like jiggling his like P4, because whenever you're on the point there, like especially if Clay's in the back, you know they're not going to come in the back door P4. So like if they're going to reinforce it, they're either going to 1 pinch, 2 push Clay out, or 3 go up the dub stairs like door. And if you're on the point, just jiggle it.
Yeah.
You see the guy there, or you don't see anything there, then you have like a escape route. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean the map's just fucking garbage, bro. Like
everyone's so bad.
I feel like Assault always fries on this map, even in hardpoint. Like,
because he
always
sits top art with an AR and just absolutely mows people down.
But that's what I'm saying. I feel like if teams like are playing LAG, like I'd veto this. I feel like that's the one map he always does good on.
Bro,
like,
no one is vetoing this map, bro, because it's literally gambling. Even if he's playing well, look at the score.
I said even hardpoint.
I mean, they did because then they did veto it. Vegas did veto Fortress Hardpoint. They led an embassy and lost. Like
there are teams that veto Fortress control, but like you have to be good. You have to be confident that.
Well, Fortress control is vetoed versus most teams, not like specifically these guys. Like,
well, what happens in a bunch of these series? Because remember, we only get one hotel veto, or one veto and control is sometimes it doesn't get vetoed. In case in point with like Vegas, for example, like if they are in that situation, like they were in this matchup, or I don't know if it was this matchup. Yeah, in this matchup, they banned a CeeLo like control. So It's down to the other team if they're gonna play Fortress or they're gonna play their map.
That's like the despair part about it.
That's your issue of the point. It's like, yeah, so we suck on one control map. We just get rid of that if we're team A.
You want us to
we play Fortress.
You want the despair part of this though, Ben, is like being team A, you don't even benefit in that third game mode from like vetoes because you either get rid of the fucking gambling map in Fortress, but then like you obviously let the other team choose the better of the two maps, or you choose to like veto one of your weaker maps and leave in the gamble map, and then you're just hoping that they don't choose the gambling map. Like it's this map pool. This map pool currently, not even control, just the whole map pool is so fucking bad. And like vetoes right now, like that's why you see so many teams playing such weird fucking maps. You see teams playing not only Fortress Control, but you see people playing maps they have no wins on, they have a negative record on. It's because the map is the map pool is just gambling on a lot of the time. You're just hoping people pick what you think they're gonna pick, and then you just end up with some fugazi map set. Like
well, let's hop into the Chris. You could take some deep breaths. I know it really affects us in
it's just annoying, bro.
No, it is.
Like,
it is, bro. I'm getting very tired of it. I'm getting tired of it.
Like you got. I mean, you guys obviously play the maps in ranked and you watch the shit, but like, bro, I'm also like seeing it from a competitor angle, and it's fucking annoying.
I could only imagine competing on Fortress Control. I mean, everything, playing it, watching it, it's just like, it's terrible. And it gets even worse as we go through the rest of the day. Even in the Optic series, it was just so stupid. But we'll get into the next map. Let play some Clay here with that submachine gun. Clay goes absolutely crazy here. Why don't they show Clay some love, man? Give him his flowers because he pulls out the Vaznev. And he just goes absolutely insane. He finds 3 with the Vaz. Last one up, Succeed, and he absolutely shreds him. So 4 clean dead from Mr. Clayster. We go into a second set of rotations.
Wow, that shit's OP, bro.
Yeah, it might be, Chris. It might be. You just died at the speed of light in this game. I'll be honest. But then we get into the second set of rotation. This is where things really start to hit the fan. First and foremost, love the P2 break from Vegas here. I just think Donnie makes a really good play. He ends up pinching back gas. He finds one by time, snakes this top platform, finds another one onto Assault. That's going to open up this gas area to map, and that's going to allow Vegas to kind of push up and get some control here. And Donnie, he continues to go on a spree. Not only does he get these kills, but he does a good job just staying alive and being a nuisance and having LAG worry about him. Because once that happens, the pinch comes in from the subs. They work through PD. They get him off the time. And Donnie and the Vegas boys were able to lock down some time on this P2. And then we go into the P3. Vegas was able to break this one again. The streak comes in from Clayster. He gets all the information. He tries to do some weird curve streak. A lot of people are curving streaks these days, man. Trying to get like a good angle, maybe trying to bank the streak off the wall, especially with trophies. You got to be careful there. But
the trophy height on that hill in specific. So if you're trying to actually bang it up against the wall, the trophy like radius or the height of it is like damn near the entire like building. So like doing that curve on that hill in specific is not a good idea because of how like short the roof is compared to like where the trophy placement would be. Also, like he tried to do like a curve thing, and I'm assuming he probably thought it would work. Bro, he's streaking when 2 of his teammates are still on fucking old. Like, are you? Come on, dude.
Yeah.
Even
like
if you
get
do
map
get, like,
control,
a kill,
like get position on the map, like actually put yourself in a favorable position. So that way, when you get the information, you can make a play off it instead of being across the map.
Yeah, like what, bro?
Yeah, no, I agree with you, Chris. I agree with you, bro. And then we get into the next hill. This is where LAG exceed. He goes absolutely crazy. A lot of trades go back and forth. This is where LAG start to bring it back. Let's go into the listening with them and see how they sound.
And back truck. You
Shared weak.
Back truck.
I'm good. You're good. Watch your hold. I base one.
P1, they play P2. They spawn P2.
H1, he got me. He's fine, guys.
H1, he killed me. Teach.
He's back. He's laying down. He's laying down looking at me.
We gotta pressure this.
Bathroom one shot.
We gotta pressure. We have to pressure that one, right?
You're bathroom right now.
That's my head.
Laundry, guys. Yeah, found me.
He's dead.
He jumped out white. Jumped out sign, guys. White, absolute. He's on sign.
Table. Hold that.
Play tight, Joe. I'm holding your gas pinch.
Are they spawning orange? Yeah.
They're spawning back AC, yeah. Back alley. Alley's done. Back alley. More speed above me. Yeah, I'm trying to stay down.
I'm leaving scrap. I can get your laundry. Give it up.
Got it. P1. Big ass.
I got your laundry and P1 I can call.
Actually, what's the reception mid now? Let's bottom orange right now. Bottom orange right now. Tight, close the doors.
Close both doors, that's fine. You guys just focus gas, okay?
Yeah, focus my gas.
I have P1
if you can. I'm here,
Yeah.
P1. I have P1. Top right, gas down here. I can't jump. Yeah, open that corner. Let's close up.
There's still got one more gas. I died from P1 gas. Yo, P1 still
dead.
Alright, he's blocking orange. Ivy spawns.
Time,
You're good.
time. Heard you.
Faster. Laundry, watch out.
I got orange and P1.
Laundry, have to stun.
I need laundry.
Ivy.
Oh my God, they were absolutely turned. That's going to do it for the LAG. Listen, they actually end up coming back and winning this one. And just to show you guys kind of how they were able to do it, I want to give a highlight to Assault here. I think this is a really big kill. Going into this this third set of rotations, we got another P2 hill. He actually gets tagged up by 2Real on the side, but he smokes his ass and gets complete P2 side of the map. After winning that gunfight, that's just going to open up parking lot for them. And that's going to allow LAG to push to the front, get a little space on the map. Granted, Vegas, they were able to get 2 kills, but it was Joe Thieves on that point who goes big, finds 2. RC's with another one. Big individual plays coming in from LAG to break this hard point and lock up a lot of time on P2. And then the streaks, right? RC's gets another streak. The streaks come in. He gets the information, and we go into a P3. And this is another hill that LAG was able to break. I mean, we could break it down. Pat, Ben, welcome back. But let's take a look at this final hard point. What could Vegas have done differently here? Because LAG end up getting a nice clean break here. The trophies are gone. They play right through orange. How did a guy just run right up through orange and smoke him out of hill? How is that even possible?
Donnie gave up the fucking. He was looking at it.
Yeah, but also they were tweaked out, bro. Like Clay actually was putting it on my skates here. He gets 1 kill at the bottom, and then he dies. He probably could have definitely called out that there's nobody on bridge at that point, or like they should have got the information because, bro, none of them are on bridge anymore. They all fell. Clay made them tweak. They all fell off the bridge.
Yeah,
at that point, at that point they only if they go bridge, like if they rewrap to go bridge, right? There's no way they're getting the hill in time. Like they had to hit ladder and orange. It's the only places they could be, and they just it was probably just so hectic in their comms that they literally just had like an opening, bro.
This was a big fight right here. 2Real and RCs. You see them down low, number 8 and number 3 here. I think Alec wins this one. Yeah, boom. Once he wins that, that's tough because now Donnie, he has to watch orange and ladder, and he's kind of screwed here. He ends up killing the guy at ladder, but he gets traded out by orange. If 2Real wins that gunfight right there, they might have been able to do that.
They probably win. They probably do win, yeah.
But you can see how much it meant to Vegas. They were stressing, man. They end up losing 3-1 in this series to the Los Angeles Guerrillas. We'll take a look at the final scoreboard. Exceed continues to shine for the Los Angeles Guerrillas, 32-28. Alec with another great map. He played fantastic today. I mean, any final thoughts on the series? I mean, Pat, we'll start with you. Any thoughts on these two teams?
I am curious of one thing. I mean, we kind of talked about Embassy and LAG for a while. Granted, Vegas obviously had the lead and LAG came back at the end, but like letting it in, has teams let that in against them in a while?
No, like they haven't. It's been vetoed in every series they played.
Right? Yeah, because they started off Major 2, like they were super hot in hardpoint, and it was mainly because of Embassy. And teams are just like, all right, chalk that map. But then for some reason, Vegas let it in.
Well, I think what happened in this series is that Vegas is really bad at Fortress Hardpoint, which is has been in the past for LG Academy a good map, but not a particularly good map for Vegas. So I think
they
decided.
If you play in the numbers, you still know that Embassy is like you're way.
They thought Fortress against them. Yeah.
The thing is though, Vegas, at least even with their old team, they would always play Embassy a lot. So they probably just squared up with them. Because they were like, okay, we're either gonna play Embassy or Fortress at this point. Like, what are we more comfortable on? You know what I mean? And either way, bro, like they should have won it. They should have won it. They trolled it. They trolled it. Both the hard points that Vegas played were basically the same. Like they just had a lead, they blew the lead. LAG came back into the game. The first one, LAG didn't clutch up. The second one, LAG just clutched up. I mean, both the maps played out similarly. I think it just comes down to like their S&D. Yeah, they played a CeeLo, which I think LAG has like played a lot, and like they're pretty good at it. They haven't always been able to come up with wins on it, but I just think their S&D has not been as good with 2Real on their roster, and on top of that, they played a gambling fucking hardpoint, or they played a gambling control, bro. They lost the ticks, and then they still almost won the offense at the end. Like, I mean, it's a tough series, bro. But they choked the fuck out of it, and then they had a Fugaze map set. So, I mean,
Well,
Unlucky
they
for
had
Vegas.
an opportunity if they had won that series to lock in their winners bracket. They were sitting here sweating, but we'll get to it later. They still are alive, depending on results tomorrow, and may, in fact, make winners bracket for the first time in the history of the franchise.
Wow. Wait, really?
Yeah. And
Yeah.
by the way, we should tip LAG because, to be honest, we all
They
thought
made
they were
winners
kinda
bracket.
dead.
They've been getting hoop tape.
They finessed this week and make winners bracket. That's actually extremely typical out of them.
Yeah, it's
What was their
typical.
schedule like? LAGs. Who'd they play this split?
LAG
wins
is
are
split.
pretty
They
mid.
played Optic. They lost to Optic in Boston and London. They beat Florida and Vegas.
Yeah, dude, they had 3 of the bottom 4, and they were the other bottom 4. So,
But this is what I keep talking about, bro. This is why I hate this 5-game bullshit, because you're 2 and 3, you go sub 500, and you're still back into the winners bracket. Like,
Well,
It's a
let's hop
tiebreaker, so I gotta
into the next one. We got the London Royal Ravens going up against Toronto Ultra. Mercado Hardpoint, Hotel S&D, El Asilo Control, Fortress Hardpoint, Fortress, Search and Destroy. This one goes all the way to a map 5, where London was able to take down Ultra today. I mean, we'll get through the maps. We'll get everybody's thoughts, but we'll start off with the vetoes first. I mean, do you guys see anything with the vetoes? Anything that you think maybe Ultra might have messed up on or London capitalized on?
I didn't get to watch the series. I was playing the cup. So,
You good?
but the one thing is, does London really play Embassy Hardpoint like at all?
I'm not sure what the exact stats.
not really.
You're 1-1 on it. Do you guys have you guys been playing it in like many series at all?
Asim, welcome to the flank, Asim.
I feel like you guys haven't.
What's going on, guys? How are we
Pleasure,
doing?
Asim. It's a pleasure. Thank you
I
for
feel
hopping
like
on,
you guys
brother.
haven't. Maybe Ultra's just not particularly strong on it, so they just kind of wanted to get it out. But I mean, vetoing was weird. I know you guys, like you said, you're 1-1 on it, but I don't see you guys play it. So like, them getting rid of it, I feel like was like, it's just like, oh, we're not good at it. Let's just like get it out, and like we should beat them on like either of the other maps probably.
Yeah,
is what they
it's
thought.
both our least played hardpoint.
Yeah, so yeah, they were probably just like, get it out.
Yeah.
Let's square up with them on any hard point. We'll probably win. That's
Well,
probably what they
did
thought.
you predict them to? Did you think they were going to get rid of a Asilo Search, Asim?
No, I didn't.
Yeah.
I saw that on all this.
Hey, can I go back and see the maps again?
You know, like I'm gonna get in trouble for that. So
Yeah,
No. I was about to bring it up if you weren't here because I saw that. I was like,
Yeah.
the fuck?
I didn't get to
Like,
watch. What maps did you win? Does it not?
We'll go through it, Chris. We'll go through it.
we Neslo'd their shit. No, we didn't Neslo their shit. I wish we did, but we won map 2, 4, and 5.
Okay, so you did win a hard point.
Yeah, so let's tune in. First things first, let's go into the listening with the London Royal Ravens. Let's see how they sound. And there's a couple mistakes, Jason, that I saw you guys make that I want to bring up.
A lot of mistakes.
Yeah, a lot of mistakes. But let's go into the listening and see how you guys sound first.
Top, wait, top.
Bomb really weak.
Oh, you come over there.
It's in the left corner of the door.
Give me a sec.
In the left corner of the door.
One shot, bomb. Scrap.
That's one on mid-tunnel. That's one on mid-tunnel.
Nice.
Nice one, so top.
Yep.
He's not peeking me.
You have numbers there, 3v2.
I'm stunned. I'm near the outside. One's
One top stairs, top stairs.
One's going top.
I need to cut, watch out.
Top dead, top dead.
Dead.
That's a
I
great
can
time.
time, I have time, I have time.
Go on.
Okay, one can be bottom us.
I'm gonna go mid.
Here.
Have you bottom?
I'm going mid.
Ali, weak. There's two there. Last two all.
Ivy top, Joe.
Last two all.
P4 dead.
Nice,
Top out,
one more.
top out.
He flew at me, then
Nice.
Nice, Pan, go
I can
mid.
push you
I'm
off,
gonna
I can
go
push you off
warehouse
this
here,
way.
okay?
Are you
Alright,
gone? No, you should go that way. You're gonna go last one.
I'm gonna go warehouse the gate. I'm gonna go warehouse the gate.
Okay.
One's back alley, holding back alley.
You're alone now,
You
bro.
want blue on me?
Alright, back alley dated me, I'm good.
I'm working up caution.
No, I got stunned, bro. Scrap back alley.
Play your life in the house.
One small.
We brought it back, okay, boys, let's go. I swung behind the blue side. I'm
Bring him back
getting away, I'm getting away, I'm getting away.
On time weak.
He's in the back
I'm
alley.
one
Yeah, I'm
shot.
needing over. I'm
I'm here.
He's
One's close left,
on the
close
back
left,
time
close
spot.
left.
On the back time spot.
He's gate, one's gate.
One's P4, one's back alley.
Close parking lot.
Back alley,
I'm
back
at
alley,
the
one shot.
Get down P4.
Let's see, parking lot.
P4 weak. P4 white trap.
P4 really
Oh,
weak.
fuck with that. One second.
That's gonna do it for the list. I like the energy, Asen. You guys came out on fire today. You guys came out hot. A lot of energy for sure. And then go ahead, Asen.
Sorry, go ahead. Oh, I was just gonna say, our problem yesterday, we felt like against Seattle was like, came out really flat and we're like dead in the comms.
Yeah.
So we made sure map 1 against Toronto that like even if we were motor mouthing, at least we were showing energy. You know?
Yeah. Then we could go into the listening with Ultra. We'll tune in for like 10-15 seconds. They're very calm when they're listening. So let's tune in.
So, one week, Paul. Yeah, contact that. Nice, big guys. Just keep off this, man. Trust. Deep right. That's 110. 136. Like back stick or guard heading behind each other. Yeah, guard heading, scraps. Weak. Back hard on. 1L, 1L. 2 odd. Let's go for the right, let's go for the right.
Yeah, one's got me heading now. There'll be 2 right.
Guard heady? Yeah, he was guard heady, yes. Let's go with it. He's probably just playing. Guard heady, one shot, he's on front thing. Might be in stick then.
Nothing in Zig right now.
Might be yellow. I knew, yeah. I've been in Zig. Tunnel one shot. Tunnel weak coming out mid. Lay down tunnel. Nothing now. One shoot over mid. I'm then hill, watch out. Yo, long corner, challenge. Don't time. Go there. Tunnel that one. Deep back, deep RV on the mid heady long. RV on mid heady long. Mid heady long. Mid heady long. I don't know where they go. I'm going left. I'm going deep again. I'll see mid. I need it on mid heady. So long, but I'm mid heady boys. Tunnel. Yellow van. Tunnel. Stun on time. RV. Weak. One shot tunnel. Longer bullet dead. Nice, Charlie.
And we're wanting to listen in there because this is where a mistake happened that I want to talk to you about, Asim. They sound good. They're all calm except for Scrappy. He's just tweaking. But I want to go into the second P2 here. Asim, this was a hill that you guys got to early. You let this one go, and it starts with them just kind of waltzing through back alley. What do you think went wrong here, Asim?
I just don't think we read the pressure right. We thought they were coming from hedge side, but they were stacked up alley. So
yeah, they all came through. Oh, you thought they were coming through hedge there?
Go back. If you back up, Maddie's holding the pinch from bottom and not from top, which is like really hard spot there. Like he doesn't have the railing, he can't crouch down. Like
yeah, usually
he's got to shimmy that and he's
plays top balk to watch the alley push. Yeah, I've been right about that.
I think somebody here, Asim, needs to be shimmying back alley at all times. Personally, and I don't know.
They're usually from the balk though.
Like he should be doing it from top balk. Yeah.
And then once he gets tagged though, I don't even know. Like this guy, like Paul, I feel like Paul needs to be ready for that fight. I mean, he was definitely worried about tunnel there. He was worried about tunnel.
Yeah, if you go back and see, like they had scrap time, so we thought they were gonna push to tunnel side because that's what they did in the first P2.
Okay.
But they just ran backwards and went alley. So like it was a good play out of them. But you're definitely right.
Because I don't mind a play from Tank. It probably would be better if Tank was up top or Maddie.
Yeah. Or Seam, you were up there. You should have turned. Like somebody had to get an angle from top. Yeah.
100%.
You end up jumping down. I mean, I've said this on the show like 300 times. Like the guy in Hill, bro. The guy in Hill should never be responsible for anything else except for hedge. He should just be jiggling hedge at all times, and then everyone else needs to be looking at alley and tunnel. There's no reason they should sprint up for free.
Yeah, and then they end up breaking through here, and they get like the rest of this time, and then we go into the next hill, which ended up being a P3, and this is another one that. They ended up getting there. You guys got there on the same time. It was actually Ultra who get there first. And then I could see Ace. It was you and Maddie who were storming into that hill. Ultra able to win some fights, and then I believe you guys get in here, and you guys end up getting pieced up. Is there anything you guys think you could have done differently here, Asim? Because this was a hill that Toronto again was just able to chain and kind of lock down. You guys had the numbers here for sure, but I think it was Kleenex who just makes a good play. And just ends up finding a couple kills here. He gets snuck up onto the corner. Did you guys not know he was here, Asim? Like tucked in his corner?
No, we had no info. He honestly played really good spot.
Yeah, and then he snaked the hell out of you. Really good plays from Toby. He's been so good for these guys, man. Like every time we watch Toronto Ultra, I feel like Kleenex is like that guy, just like making plays and being a nuisance. But he goes massive on the rotation. So just a really good play out of Kleenex, and Ultra were able to chain the last couple of hills together and get the W. Granted, this one's all over. We could go into the final scoreboard, but good start off from Toronto Ultra. I mean, Pat, I'll throw it to you, but any final thoughts on the map number one?
Nah, just clean. It was a clean map. I don't.
One of the best HPs.
Yeah, Kleenex and Scrap. I feel like since they made this Hixie move. I know we talked about it before, but like. I feel like those two in particular have just been frying every map in respawns, like as a duo. And you always want your duo to be like an AR SMG combo that fries because you're getting the best of both, right? Like, your ARs aren't getting fried while your subs are frying, but like just getting a nice even balance.
Yeah, no, good plays from Toronto Ultra. They end up going up 1-0, and then we get into the hotel search and destroy. Asim, I hate when you guys do this, bro. You wait till the last second to plant or do something. Granted, it is hard to get this A bomb down. I kind of like what LA Thieves was doing because I know Maddie's got the snipe out, but I don't know if you guys watched LA Thieves play some, but the way they were just hitting through A instead of just like trying to sit back and like try and get it down. I think that'll help you guys if you just play like more aggressive here, like play through it. You know what I mean? Like actually hit bedroom out, like actually get control of the map because it's hard to plant the bomb here, bro. Like really hard, if people are playing like bottom bedroom and stuff, like it's just very, very difficult to get it down. So Ultra.
The thing that I really like that Thieves were doing, bro, is they were pushing out that long haul a lot.
Yeah,
like that's like a spot that like more teams are starting to like play, like busting down those doors with a stun. And I feel like once you get that, if you do get long haul control and the guy just sits on the Godhead glitch or D2 and watches your left side, like that bomb is down for free every time. Yeah. But that long haul is like the biggest immediate threat now.
Yeah, the long haul, because you could just play. There's so many random corners down there too, and you can always come back and see bomb too. Like you could, that's a good post plant spot if you just stay alive down there. And then we get into the next round. Asim, you have a really good round here. You had to end up finding one over towards that P5 side of the map. And then, did you hear Scrap here by any chance? Did you hear him? Or
No,
did you just predicted him?
Yeah, I just predicted
Because
him.
Scrap, I'm pretty sure he was hearing you like stomp around to the left there, but you ended up getting the better of him.
He definitely heard me, but he was crouching at that time, so I couldn't hear him.
Yeah, good individual round from you. You find 2 kills off the rip, so 4v2 situation. You guys close that one out. This round is where you guys slow play. I want to skip a few rounds here. Asim, you had a really good round here in the 5th round. Little ace from you, Asim. Everybody was calling you Ace him today, Ace him, because you got like 3 aces today?
Yeah, I got a lot. I got a lot of S&D aces today against him.
Yeah,
for sure.
you had a few aces for sure. You get one kill here, and then I love the aggression here as you play through mid map. You cut back through couches, and this is where you just start going rogue. You find a kill analyst desk. You end up just running around bottom mid. I think you climb the ladder here, and you just keep running at them. I mean, did they just give you the green light today, Asim, or what?
I mean, I don't know. I just came in today with like the nothing to lose, like fearless type of mentality, and it like really showed. I mean, we're playing a top 3 team in the game, and we were just like, I mean, we were 1-3, so like we needed a win, and I just like, I don't know. We all just came in with like that nothing to lose mindset, and it showed.
You know, it was a really good play from you guys. And then it starts going back and forth. I want to go towards to the 4-4 round. Again, we're tied up. These rounds are big. This is where London were able to close it out. But you guys end up kind of doing like a break and ankle strat here. You show B side and you guys make a little bit of noise. I've seen you guys do this a few times, and then you end up wrapping the bomb back to A. It was a really big blood from Scraps. I think as soon as Scraps gets this kill, he ends up getting a kill. I think it was back plat that he just ends up spotting somebody and just shredding him. So Hixie goes down. That's going to open up the bomb side a little bit for you guys. I know Kleenex ends up getting him off the bomb, but love the heads-up play from Nasty to just grab the bomb and get right back on there and get it down. And Scraps, again, at that D1, D2, those 2 deaths, he just continues to get kills. So good plays from him, and then you guys are in a 3v2. You win the offense. I like the jukes there, Ace. Like the break and ankle strat. I feel like a lot of people, switching lanes, keeping them on their toes. They don't really know where you guys are going. And then we go into the last and final round. Scrappy doesn't check his corners. Asim, you find a big kill, and that's going to open up the pinch. And that's pretty much all map control as well. Ultra never really get this bomb down to the last second. Bro, Insight shredded you here.
Right there. Yeah, I don't know. I was mind blown.
He hit the headshot multiplier on you and just absolutely just shredded. It was good shots from him, to be fair. Really good shots.
He hit some really good shots right here.
But you get some shots into him, and then Nasty was able to get the trade. And this is, for me, for Ultra, it's just another do-nothing strat. I mean, Pat, when you played, did you ever wait to the last second to plant the bomb or to make a play, like your complexity days?
Absolutely not. But the rounds just ended so fast back in those days, Tom. There wasn't a last second in the majority of the rounds. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they just waited too long. They waited too long to make a play there.
I was gonna say some insight on that map in general is the one thing about the whole like ankle breaking. A lot of time people will like go and they'll get restaurant control and like show face B side of the map, and what that does is usually it pulls people out of mid, because whenever you get control of like the restaurant or like connector, that area, like if people are playing like around couches or playing around their like hot tub, they usually have to either back up to B or at least leave mid altogether, because there's too many angles like for them to watch if a guy peeks up connector and stuff like that. So whenever you do end up like doing that strat, it clears those people out of mid, which makes it so people can't really be couches like supporting a bomb like late in the round. Does that make sense? So it's a good strat to do a lot of the time.
Makes sense to me. It makes complete sense. And then we hop into the control. I love the play that Ultra made here. So look at what they do here. Tank is top radio on the offense. It was all defensive wins up to this point. It was just comfortable defense wins, nothing too crazy. And then we get into the 4th round. I love that Ultra sends a guy A, but the other 3 play B. Because when you send one guy A, that automatically drags like a couple players from London. They actually dragged 3 of you guys.
You can tell our arrows think they're all going
Yeah,
A.
exactly.
Yeah, really good play.
You all start collapsing towards A, and then the other 3 hop on B simultaneously at the same time, where they were able to just work a stack and just get the point up so fast that you guys didn't even have a chance to break it.
No,
I just
yeah,
thought it was a really good
100%.
play.
That was a really clever play out of them for sure.
I haven't seen something like that yet. So to see like
You
a
guys
team
never in a
set that
position
up.
to get map control? Like what happened before they went A? Like where were you guys? Like were you guys like coming off spawn? Was it like after like a big team fight or something? Like, I didn't get to see
They were
it.
off spawn.
Asim was coming off of spawn. Paul was watching.
I mean, all three of us really are coming off
Yeah,
spawn.
you
if
guys
look
were
at
all
it,
off spawn. Yeah, that's all it was.
Coming right.
I
But
mean,
then
the only
you have
thing I
two
think.
sub players spawning B side, which is really hard to guard. So like that's why Paul goes into bottom because like you can't really hold all of B side with like the sub, you know.
Yeah, see, I know you guys thought they were going A, but I think that's probably just like a misplay out of you guys because like I think Scraps has all the info and like I'm pretty sure he saw the guy go along the wall. He was like tracing him through it, and then somebody else, I think number 6, was just kind of like sitting behind a rock. Like they could have easily double worked that guy. There was no reason for like somebody else to come help you.
It was a really good play.
It's definitely a mistake.
It was still good. It was still a good play out of like
them,
Toronto,
yeah.
but like I just don't understand what like the guy on the rock was doing. You know what I mean? He was just kind of like sitting back there when Tank had the information that the guy was in that one spot. I don't know.
Yeah, and then obviously they get the B point. The A point's the easiest point to get in my opinion. They just work kills through mid. I mean, they have so many opportunities. They have a lot of time on the clock to work with. Obviously they got the time bonus after capping B. But you guys just get caught out. They do a good job stacking the points, and you guys are forced to just run at them. So Ultra, they end up taking the control. I mean, Asen, was there anything in that map that you guys feel like you could have done differently, or anything that you guys really messed up on, or do you just think Ultra just outplay you guys? Good map from them.
No, yeah, I think they outplayed us, and we're just really working on the control. Control is obviously our weakest mode, so we just need to make sure we get better.
And
at it.
Ultra's like best mode has been control like for a while.
Yeah, that's true.
So unfortunate.
Yeah, and then I want to get into the next map here. This is where, in my opinion, I felt like Ultra kind of threw a hill here.
Ammo there, dude. Lost full.
Oh, right here, you ran out of ammo.
Easy 2-piece right there.
Oh,
bro.
yeah, when you were laying down right here. Yeah. No, I noticed that they only had 4 bullets. I saw it right away, too, that you only had 4 bullets laying there.
I was just in the moment.
In the
I had no
moment. You
idea.
blacked out. You blacked out, Asim.
Definitely blacked out right
By the
there.
way, Asim, I wanted to congratulate you for winning your first ever round on a CeeLo.
Oh, shit. Yeah.
Wait, for real? That was your first ever? That was you guys' first round on an LSELO?
Jesus.
I guess so. I don't know. I didn't even know that, Pat. Thanks for letting me know.
They won to one round.
That is a tough stat. That is a tough stat.
Wait, also another fun fact. I think these guys were 12-0 map count ever since they brought in Charlie, right?
Oh yeah, they were playing really good.
They were frying, yeah.
Ah, so there you go. We popped their cherry as well.
Yeah. Damn.
Oh, it's-
Yay.
You know what I meant? You
Yo!
know what I meant, bro.
Oh,
You-
what?
Hey,
wait, isn't that the
yo!
saying or no?
Wait, I think they lost one map. Sorry, they lost.
I mean, it is, but damn.
My bad.
They had lost a map before with Charlie. It was against Vegas, CeeLo S&D. They lost round 11.
Okay, my bad. All right, so we didn't. All right.
But they were
that's
on
all good.
a long map streak. They were on like at least a 8 map streak.
He
after
just
that.
capped on their cherry, bro. He capped on it.
And this is where in my opinion, I mean, Ben, we'll get your thoughts on this. I think.
Why do you keep showing the turn on?
My bad, bro. Because you guys keep talking. I want to show this point. This is a big moment. This is a big moment in this map, bro. It's massive.
I ran out of ammo, dude.
Ultra, they overset with 10 seconds left here. They gotta be careful with their lives on rotation, because as soon as they go down, they spawn up and it completely chalks their whole P3 rotation. It completely chalks it up. I mean, Ben, we'll get your thoughts on this. Do you think Ultra maybe this last 5 to 10 seconds, like maybe there's nothing they really could have done? I would have liked to see whoever was close just stay alive. He ends up getting flanked, but I just think with 10 seconds left that if they have 2 guys committed to a rotation, they shouldn't worry about these last 10, 15 seconds too much.
At least one person should back up and like at least watch the P1 cross or something. I think to your point, you commit 2 there and you die, you're gonna spawn out.
Like somebody here, like number 1, like Scrappy or somebody should back up and cut mid. Yeah, like watch like the P. You know they're spawning cubby. Like you know they're gonna overextend.
Maps, like there's a lot of different plays you can make backing up there if you can get across or just kind of finesse stairs. Just make this harder. But like they basically just give Asim's team a free like 4v2 break.
Yeah,
I mean, it's the same concept.
Most important hill in the game.
Same concept as like any other hard point. It's like if you're going to stay pushed out on rotation on any rotation, at least guarantee kills, and they just didn't get a single one, so they spawned out.
Yeah, and then London used their numbers and they swarmed them, and then we go into a P4 hill, and it's another break from London, and it starts with number 4. It's Kleenex. He's pushed out P1, and it was actually Nasty who just literally jumps out of maps and
Damn.
just completely takes care of Kleenex. That's going to open up the whole left side of the map. And then you guys just do a good job getting in behind him. It was Paul who hits that out instantly. Then you pinch through front. You get 2 kills, and Toronto Ultra just kind of fall apart. That was just a fantastic break from you guys. I thought that was really nice shots from Nasty. Because if Kleenex gets that kill there, it probably slows down your push a little bit. So really, really good plays from y'all to break this P4. And then this is kind of where you guys run away with it a little bit. Ultra, they get into this P5. They try and bring it back. It got really close here, but you guys do a good job just holding like these P2 spawns, and you never really overextend. It was Tank, actually. It was Maddie Scraps who just does a really good job coming off a spawn and just playing his life. I mean, he knows that as long as he holds this back street, this back P2 spawn, that you guys should be golden and should be able to win this map. And I just like the patience from him. He never really gets overzealous and just runs at you guys. Instead, he plays his life. He recognizes the spawns coming in. He knows you guys are spawning out. And instead of Maddie just running at the hill and panicking, he takes his time. He ends up slow playing it. He works a kill. And then I think he ends up getting actually, no, he gets like 1 or 2 kills here. And then that allows you guys to get into that hard point, because they were looking for him the whole time. And just a really good play from Scraps, in my opinion. I mean, I don't know what you guys think about that, but I thought Scraps made a good heads-up play there.
It was a really good play. Yeah.
So he just stays alive, plays his time. Nasty with the knife kill to end it. Take a look at the final scoreboard. Good map number 4. I mean, Pat, Ben, any final thoughts on map 4?
This was the only map that Kleenex has went negative since they picked up Hixie out of 10 respawns. It's the first one.
Wow, that's crazy.
Well, I think on the flip side, on the flip side for this team, like I think Hixie coming has definitely enabled the best out of Kobe, but we do need to start seeing Hixie, I think, contribute a little bit more in the respawns, not asking him to go fucking 35 and 35. But if he can get like 3 or 4 more kills, I think it'd be really, really key.
I mean, he might not have like gotten as many kills as like the most kills, but he had the most damage on his team. I don't think anyone on that map played very good.
He's just not he's not finishing his kills. I mean, his KD overall across all modes is not great right now. I'm just saying, I think when they go to LAN, especially if they want to go ahead and win this one, I think they're going to need him to step up just a little bit.
Yeah, then we get into.
I think that's a fair criticism.
And then we get into the map 5. London with 2 quick rounds to kick things off. They honestly, you guys just ran at them and worked some trades, and you go up 2-0 quick. Asim, you kept jumping up on these windows, and they weren't watching them. Like, you know how the spot where like they could split the windows, that you could see single and top double. Like, nobody from Toronto was doing that, so you just kept finding timings here and just working the map. But this was a play where I think Nasty just goes absolutely insane. 1v2 situation, bomb goes down. Nasty's by himself. I just think right here, Scrap needs to chill. He shouldn't chow this. Scrap needs to chill out because his teammate has all the information. They had Nasty pinned over there by statue. They had him pinned over there on that side of the map. So he should be the first one initiating. Scrappy over chows. He goes down. Nasty clutches the 1v2. Nasty also heard him underneath him as well. So as soon as he gets the kill here on Scrap, he hears them bottom maps. He works the 1v2. That's a round right there that I think completely chalked up the rest of this map, because you guys end up going up 3-0. Ultra were able to win like a round or 2, but another troll from Toronto Ultra in this round, the 1-3 round. They end up getting a first blood with a nade from Kleenex. Got to be careful from with those grenades, man. I think Kleenex ends up banking it off. At first, I thought he did this by accident. It was a really good nade out of him.
Floor. Yeah, he banked it off the floor of closed, which was actually a really good nade.
Yeah, it was a really... did he bang it off the floor or bang it off the arch? I don't know what the hell he did.
It was a bouncer. I think it went off the wall and then bounced down.
Yeah, maybe it was off the wall, but I don't know. It was a really good nade out of him. I was not
anyway, it's a 3v4. Asim goes down. It starts with Scraps. He just wins a big 1v1 on the right side of the map. Then Scrap puts some shots down. He goes down. Yeah, there's no aim assist, like looking through those railings. It sucks. And then you guys end up making it a 3v2 situation. Nasty goes down 2v2. And then this is where I think Ultra need to close this one out. Kleenex, he gets caught on a timing. It comes down to Insight. And I love the play here from Paul. He sees Insight, gets off the bomb, plays his life, and pushes it out. I got a little worried here when Paul pushed this out, instead of just like holding the angle, because if he gets him all bomb there, he wouldn't be there to hop. You know what I mean? If he gets the trade, he can't hop the bomb again. But Paul makes a great heads-up play, gets off the bomb, pinches through open, and he just ends up clutching. You guys end up clutching the 3v4 there, so that's a round where maybe Ultra. No, look, he banked it off the top. Asim, look. He banks it off. He banks it off the top of Arch, and yeah, no, that was a really good play, dude. That was a really, really good nade. And then we get into the next the 2v4 round, or the 2-4 round. the 7th round. Ace, and this is where you end up getting an ace. And I don't even know how the hell you were able to do it either. I don't even know. You end up getting
Tom,
up
I
top.
blacked out and started switching lanes.
Yeah, you blacked out. You got up top windows again. They didn't watch it. You find a good kill. Then you get the dead silence. And once you pop the dead silence here in art, this is where you can get busy. You end up pushing up through Bauk. Scrap is shooting here on the street, and you make a good play. And then I guess the third guy here, you just read him. You just predicted him.
I read this guy like a book, yeah.
You just read him like a book. You take him down. That's 3 from you. And then the last one up is going to be Hixie. He's all by himself. He gets tagged up Art, and you get the ace to go up 2-5. And then we go into the last round. You and Nasty pretty much called game in this one. A little bit of an offense. Nasty.
Right here at the very end, Tom, bro, I didn't realize the score was 5-2. I was screaming about like the last guy. I was like, let me get this kill for Streaks. Let me get this kill for Streaks.
You didn't realize the game ended? You blacked out. You blacked out. And you also got the kill. And you also got the kill, too, as well. We'll take a look at the final scoreboard. Asim, you ended up 11-4 in this one. I think you had like a 1.2 something overall in the series. So good job, Asim. Good job today, man. You went crazy today.
Appreciate it. Yeah, just came out.
Yeah, no, you went nuts, bro.
I beat Pat's 2023 world champions.
No way,
Pat,
Slay.
How do you feel about that, Pat?
I mean, yeah, you got him in the searches, but it could have been a 3-1. So it's a good series for you, Simmy.
Yeah,
I like the performance out of you.
All right, Pat, any final thoughts, Slay, on the series?
No, just one of those series. Listen, Toronto knew they're in winners. They're cooling it. They've had a great, an absolutely great major so far. So, yeah, they're just waiting to get down to Texas to whoop some Texas ass.
No way. Chris, Ben, any final thoughts?
I mean, I would say for Toronto, I think they have played good. I still think their weakness with this team, and you see it later when they play teams like Phases, I just don't think they're as elite of a search team, some of their top contenders. So looking to see what version of Toronto we get on land, especially in the search, and also what version of Toronto we get on the weekends if they make it that far.
Chris, any thoughts?
I think I'm right there with Ben. I mean, I think Toronto played pretty good this stage after making the change. London has been kind of pretty competitive with most of the teams they've been playing. They just haven't been able to close out any maps, and their map pool is just pretty poor. So, I mean, it's just good for them to get a win on the board. But, I mean, overall, I think Toronto probably just looks at this series as like just a little bump in the road. Nothing crazy. They're going to the event with confidence.
Yep, and then we head into, first and foremost, thank you for joining up for your series, bro. I really appreciate you hopping on. You're more than welcome to stay with us for the rest of the show. It's up to you, but I thank you very much, Jason. You to go. Thank you for hopping on.
Yeah, no problem. You know, it's my tradition every time I win.
Yeah,
well, not
facts.
every time, anytime I win, I join the flank, so.
It's always a pleasure, Asim. You to go, bro. And good win today, man. Good win right off that momentum, And you guys could potentially still make winners, I believe, if things go your way.
I don't think.
Or are you guys chalked? Or it's chalked? Or am I thinking? Or am I talking of Vegas? Am I thinking of Vegas?
I'm pretty sure. It's
I thought there was a possibility if Optic get 3-0'd, but I don't know. I'm not really
nah,
sure.
maybe Paul in the chat said nah. Okay, so never mind. Vegas has to win. Okay, then that's chalk. But hey, listen, make the run then. You make the run, Asim. It is what it is. You make the run.
Yep,
take it basis.
I've done it before. I'll do it again.
Yes, sir, man. Good win today, bro. We're gonna hop into the next one. Shout out to Asim. Gonna waste him in the chat. We got Optic Texas going up against the New York Subliners. This is the one everybody's been waiting for. Big match today. Embassy Hardpoint, Fortress S&D, Fortress Control, Fortress Hardpoint. Man, this map set's incredible. Mercado, Search and Destroy. I mean, Ben, Chris, Pat, we'll kick it off for y'all. Anything on the vetoes? Anything at all?
Well, I don't understand, Tom, why you even brought up the vetoes for maps 4 and 5, because we just don't go there, Tom.
now Pat, all of a sudden, you see how he woke up? We get to the Optic series, and here he comes. Pat has woken up. Pat, it was a close series, bro. They got 3-0'd, but every map was a nail biter. It was like it could have gone either way.
Yeah, but Tom, for how important this match was for implications and standings, like, it doesn't matter if it was a nail biter or a blowout. It's all the same. It's an L, Tom, and it's treated the exact same. But listen, Tom, the tiebreaker scenarios, the whether you make winner or losers, they don't care if it's close. The numbers don't give a fuck if it's the closest series or not, because it's the end of the day. Optic now has to beat FaZe, or they are starting their own major in losers bracket.
Which could be. Well, we'll get to that in a second. I think. Look, the best way to start off talking about this series, Pat. What have we said for pretty much every match we've watched this team since it formed? Which is that
discipline,
Dan's
fundamentals.
Dan's gonna come in and bring communication, but questionable on the fundamentals, and they were laid bare in the multitude of ways
Starts right
that
here.
Optic managed to lose this series. They play a super
Risky
vibey,
game.
undisciplined version of COD compared to the other top
kills,
teams.
Yeah, when the kills come, it's great. Everything's working out. But as soon as the kills don't come, when you're lacking those fundies, yeah, you get.
It's just they do the dumbest shit on the map.
I just think they need to stop moving
Respectfully.
sometimes. I mean, it starts with this P3. They get a clean wipe, and it's Kyler who just Kyler ends up running plat, and Shotzi ends up running through laundry or like running mid, and then they both fall. Like they both play old too much. There's only 2 seconds left on old, so you don't need to play old. Just play corners, play with your teammates, like try and work like a crossfire or something, because they end up both dying at the end of the first hill. And then, or at the end of the second hill, excuse me. And in New York, they just got a clean break. I mean, Dashy and Ghosty are screwed. They end up going down. There's really not much they could do. So maybe a little bit of an overchow there. I mean, Chris, what do you think? What do you guys think there? A little bit of a mishap there?
A little.
Okay, a big. Okay, a big mishap.
I think Optic had the right idea, but wanting to get control of gas, they just caught bad timings on doing so. Like, cause like that's like ideal. If you can get gas pushed out, it's good. But if you
need two people to do that though, like in that situation.
What do you mean? I mean, they just pushed out solo each time. It's not
Yeah,
bad play.
they
I know,
push out by
but both of them pushing there in that same situation though.
I mean, they just
Bring
didn't
gas.
catch the good timing on it. It's ideal. Like you want to block the gas spawn, so you just spawn them in front of them office. They just did it at the wrong time, or caught bad timing, lost the fights, and then ended up just getting pinched.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's the ideal scenario. They just didn't execute it properly at all.
Yeah, and then go ahead, Ben.
I'll say then we get to the P4, which we've seen time and time again. This is the money hill on this map. I mean, I think New York did a great job of locking down a multitude of these P4s on this map. You want to get into it, Tom?
Yeah, no, they locked it down. P-Dog goes big for his last 20. He finds a big two-piece in hill, as you saw on your screen there. And then it was the second rotation where I really started to see Optic actually get a really big hold on a P5. So they're able to make it a little bit respectable after the first rotation. But again, that P3 and that P4 really hurt them a little bit. So they find themselves down a little bit going into the second set. Second P2, I thought Shotzi made a great play here. Love the route that he took. You can see everybody falls, but Shotzi, he's going to be number 2. You see him on your mini map now. He ends up going through PD. And just working a little bit of a pinch here through the back. I just like how he's able to kill this guy P-Dog out of this back truck heady. Good pinch out of him. Just like that he's taking initiative to take the route, work a pinch, and work a break. So good plays out of him. Good little route there. But it was actually the second P4. During the listening, we get tuned into the New York listening, but pay attention to that kill feed and look at Hydra on your minimap, number 8. Check out what he does going into that P4. Actually, I think this listening was like really long. So we'll tune into 30 seconds and then we'll cut it.
I'm watching that. I'll have the cross cat. Yeah, he has cat. I'm looking last one.
Shot on top.
Ladder, one shot dead.
Cross cat dead. Top PD. Sit down.
Yeah, how many?
I think it might be one there.
I want PD though. I want PD.
One's
I need your cap pinch. I have your top blue now.
One orange. Last one. Yellow, last one. Low. I got nade down. Orange, going to hill. Right corner. Close right. One shot. That's one. Nice. Go fucking with one shot. Yeah, I spawn blue.
I got naded. I'm good. There's
That's
two
one in close ladder. He's sign. He could go ladder or orange.
Orange cutting. He's cutting orange. Outside. Hold on.
Ladder weak. He jumped down. Fell down. Oh wait, no, he's still top.
I spawn back, bro. I spawn PT. They're gonna be. I spawn me.
One more spawn blue.
I got one new.
No, I'm literally. Nice.
One's back PD right now.
Back PD?
Yeah.
No, he's actually.
One B.
S1.
They spawned. Yo, they naded me for blue.
Yeah, I'm playing live here.
Ghostie's the only one there right now.
Alright.
Give me
I spawn blue. They're pushing through all that.
I'm actually going to pause the listen in there because this is where Paco just goes insane. So number 8, you see him. He's working up top. He ends up going top plat, finds one, jumps off the plat, finds 2, kills the guy outskirts, finds 3, then comes back to hill, puts some shots into the last guy, and they end up trading it out. So that's just like an individual play that they just can't let Paco make. But also just really good plays out of him. I thought
go back to the beginning of that rotation. Sky's got one of the biggest kills that entire hill. Like it was before the hill popped.
Yeah, sure. We'll go back. Number 7 on your mini map. You're saying back here before the hill pops in the back.
I'm waiting for it to catch up. Yeah, it's before this.
Oh, you're saying I know what you're saying. Yeah, I know what you're saying. You're talking about this.
Number 4. Yeah.
So he ends up spawning here. He hears him. He heard him. He sound hored him. He sound hored him.
Wait, hold on, real quick.
He
that
sound hored him.
spawn. Wait, why did he spawn? Go back. Why did he spawn there? Was it?
I don't know. He should have spawned back gas here. No, Chris?
I have no idea why he didn't. What the?
Look, his teammate spawns gas, and then Caesar spawns back P2. Like, bro, that literally...
Hell no,
Bro, that literally makes no sense, dude. That literally makes no sense at all.
Oh shit!
That literally makes absolutely no sense. But
Oh,
Rambo
he's
said in
right,
the
the
chat
hill
because
white.
it's a white
The
hill.
white. Yeah, he's right.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's
Hill,
not
That shouldn't matter though. A hill being white shouldn't matter though.
Yeah,
Like
but it doesn't matter.
it
know,
does
but in this
matter.
game-
I
in
know.
this
I
game,
know.
Everything fucking goes to chaos in a
Yeah,
fucking white hill.
I
pin at
know.
his spawn.
Rambo Ray in the chat, ladies and gentlemen, get a Wambo.
Good find, Ray.
Good find, Ray. Good
Bro, the
find,
White
Rambo
Hill
Ray. You're
cheese
so
is
knowledgeable, Ray.
unreadable.
So smart.
He's so smart, dude. Rambo Ray in the building, ladies and gentlemen. Make some noise.
Yeah, but Tyler got Soundhorde.
But for
GG.
for the record, that should not change absolutely anything.
And then, well, what, the spawn?
Yeah, I'm saying that should not change anything, whether it's white or.
Oh,
owned
right.
by
I
either
agree.
team.
I agree.
Oh yeah, we
I agree.
100%.
And then Caesar ends up soundhorning him for the kill. He's getting flanked and he hears him and he just turns around and gets the kill. But then after that, Paco goes absolutely crazy. He finds a bunch of kills. New York get a lot of time there. And then going into this P5 hardpoint, it was Optic who played for this ult. They ended up getting like the last 15, 20 seconds of ult, but they didn't really rotate here. They didn't play a rotation. They just kind of played through scrap. I think Optic should rotate there. I think they should send like maybe 1 or 2 guys old, but the rest of them should just try and get the new and try and like work a play.
This was a sick Deddy play out of Kismet, bro. That was
he made the play.
Y'all
here.
notice? I don't know if they do it on every map, or maybe it's just like it's completely swapped now. But he runs Deddy now. He was a trophy sub.
Yeah,
for, like,
yeah,
He
true.
was always a trophy sub. This is the
switched it.
first time I think I've seen him run Deddy in fucking hardpoint.
And he's making
now he
plays.
can make fucking plays and not stomp around.
Love
like,
the pinch
he's got
there. That's a
fucking
fantastic. That's a great
he's
route.
not making that play with trophy. Trust.
No, definitely not making.
Nah,
He's getting hurt.
that was a really
Especially
good
on
route.
orange, bro. The orange is so loud, like the metal.
That play from Kismet ends up shutting Optic down, and I think New York were able to lock down most of his time. Caesar picks up a Vaznev, and he just goes absolutely insane. He got a lot of help from his teammates, but he just spins in circles and gets a bunch of kills here. Love how he challenges Hook here. P-Dog's got his back. The trades come in. It's just a clean wipe from New York. They end up getting a lot of time here. But then we get into the third set of rotations. Optic were able to make this a little bit of a game, but it goes all the way to a P3 hardpoint, which is where Paco was able to call game on this one. And just to see how that was able to happen, Optic had to get there first. They had a couple guys there. It was Hook and Ghosty that originally rotated. I'm not even too sure. Right here, obviously, Shotzi. He gets smoked here. Shotzi, if he finishes his kill, yeah, Paco somehow just 180 turns and burns. Yeah, you can see Paco. He just turns and burns, takes down Shotzi. That was a really big kill because Paco keeps going. He finds another one back alley. Of course, Pat. Here you go. Boom. Hydra. Good kill. Boom. And then look, Pat, he hits back alley and finds another one onto Big Kyler here. Boom. And then that pretty much, now the last guy's on hill is Bruce. And bro, Bruce always finds himself in these positions where he just can't, like, everybody dies around him. And now Bruce is like, dude.
Yeah, I was going to say.
Preston made a big play actually on this too.
It was a big play from Paco.
There was 3 kills on the map that all were like, Optic need to win them. Shotzi got turned on. Fucking Ghosty lost the gunfight on old, which allowed Priest to block ass spawn, and then somebody else like fell off the bridge and died to a guy like back P1. Like every single one of them just lost like a super important one.
Yep. And then we can take a look at the final scoreboard. I mean, Hydra, right? That's like 2 or 3 hills. We showed him just making insane plays. Looks like Skies had a really good map, 31 and 22 from him. Everybody else negative on his team. So really good map from Caesar Skies Bueno. Kyler's been playing really good for Optic, by the way. Hookah's been great for these guys. But go ahead, Pat.
I want to talk about something real quick. I was just glancing over at their, who they've played this major so far. And 2 things I noticed. I mean, I know we're about to get in the map too, but they've gotten 3-0'd each time they've played a top team. Toronto 3-0'd them. New York 3-0'd them. And the only teams they beat were 2 pretty arguably mid teams.
They've been struggling with their map 5s, aren't it? Ben, what was the stat that you dropped before? Their map 5s have been really, or was it round 11s? Was it map 5s or round 11s?
Round 11s.
Oh, okay.
But they're
now 1 and 6
by each good team that they've played, and I just think it kind of comes down to, again, what we talked about before. These guys are just like the epitome of ego challers, and like
they are. They ego chow a lot.
It's the noob slaying tactic, right? When you just have the gunny that you can just chow the teams that you know you're better than, yeah, it's gonna work out. When the kills are gonna be flooding in, comms are gonna be great because of that, and it's just gonna be a great time.
And it might work out at fucking Major 3 when they have a home crowd of like multiple thousands of people.
Well, I mean,
that's just not a consistent way of playing.
Yeah, exactly. It's not, and you're starting in losers 1, and anything can happen. Like we've seen crazy shit happen in losers 1.
Yeah, because you gotta sit there for fucking a couple of days and scrim, and you can't play on the fucking stage. Like, yeah. I agree with you, Pat. I think they need I mean, and actually, you know, low key, they do lose a series of phase, and they got to make the loser run. It might actually teach them the lesson. They got to be more disciplined. They want to be these better teams.
I don't think it's going to teach them anything, Ben. I think
we've been talking about discipline for 2 months.
I think the whole like getting rid of Ray, like with Seth leaving now, forcing this roster change of Illy being out, I feel like they didn't want to play the disciplined way. They wanted to play this like free, just like carefree style of COD where like they just can run around the map and try and gun people. And I just think we're watching it not work. Like, yeah, it's always going to work against the bottom 6. But when you're in these competitive matches versus teams that just have a roster just as good as you, it's just not going to work. And you're going to get smoked every single time.
Think of every good team in Call of Duty history that's won multiple events. Have any of them played that style?
No. My team did, but like we had both ways, Ben. We were better than everybody.
You have to have discipline to win events, Ben. You have to have discipline, like 100%.
I think that was Ben's point. That was Ben's point.
I thought you were saying that like people who win events are just like so free flow. I was like,
I think you're trying to say you've never seen a COD team win an event.
My bad, Ben. I misunderstood.
My point is like, you know, you can win a one, like they can play this way and just rando win this event. You know, it can definitely happen. They're talented enough to do it. But if they want to be consistently a team that's getting top 3, top 2 placing in like every event, it's going to be really hard to do it with this play style, especially when, you know, as we get into search, like the way they're just blowing like
we're gonna get into it. Yeah, we're gonna get into it for sure. I mean, I love the plays from Shotzzy and Hook here. They get control of top art and they just do what they do best. They just dip and dive. They're able to work some kills. We get into the 2-1 round. This was a round where Optic were able to push over towards this A site. It was a good play from Shotzzy to get tucked. He goes a little rogue here. I think he gets called out here in the death cam or in the death cam. I think because nobody spots him here. He kills one, and then I think
playing with death cam already. You guys playing on the new patch? Is Asim still here?
No, we're not playing on the new patch.
Yeah, so there's no like absurd death cam.
Yeah, but P-Dog can see Priesta can see him hitting this as soon as he dies, probably. Like
he can. Yeah, Priesta definitely.
So I think he makes the call to Kismet because I actually like the play from Shotzzy, but because of the call that comes in, Shotzzy ends up going down. So big round from New York. Shotzzy goes a little rogue right there, tries to make a play. Then we get into the 2-2 round. It was Paco who ends up finding a 2-piece here in this round. You can see him on the mini map now, number 8. And he just makes the play. He ends up finding 1, finds 2 through bottom art. Bomb's going to go down. And now Ghosty is stuck with a sniper rifle here. Not much he can do. They end up going down 2-3. Here's where some of the trolls come out from Optic, Texas, man. I mean, listen, it's a different day, same story when it comes to Optic, man. Kismet, look at the plays here from Optic. They find 1. It's going to be Shotzzy with the first blood. Hook throws the grenade down, finds another one, and this is where things just break loose. For some reason, Optic just decides to just run at them in a 4v2. Shotzzy runs at them, he dies. Hook jumps out the window, he dies. Ghosty pushes through close, he dies. Dashies in a 1v2. Big Brucey again. I swear, every time they do something dumb, they cut the Big Brucey, and I'm like, man, Bruce gotta be losing full, man. He's getting set up.
That's actually a troll, bro.
I'm like, damn, bro, just hang in there, Bruce.
4v2, you've got you on your side of the map. They're fucking.
Yeah, whoever ran through bottom art, they thought they had him dead to rights. They thought they had him dead to rights, and he fucking Houdini'd them and baited for the fucking the 3-piece, bro.
Yeah, the bodies get shot.
Kids, let them know, kids.
I mean, well, apparently
went 9-2 in first bloods. 9-2.
Optic didn't they?
Hydra just threw them for a ringer, bro. Look at this. Look at this.
Yeah, they had 9 first bloods. They some 9.
You see where Hydra jumped?
Yeah, I see what you. Yeah, you saw him. Luke saw him.
Yeah, they thought they had him dead to rights. They're like, yo, he's out. Let's fucking jump out, dude.
No, bro.
He just got set up for a 3-piece. Oh
yeah, Kismet just lets it sing. Great plays, and then we get into the 3-4 round. This is another round where Optic could potentially tie it up here. They get 2v4'd in this round, and just to kind of see how it plays out. Yeah, again, dude, look at this. So Shotzi ends up finding a kill on a map. Shotzi does a great job finding first blood. He's such a good player. He does a good job.
Blood, yeah.
A little good angle from him. He finds the first blood. Then Dashy finds another one onto Kismet. 2v4. Bomb down for Optic.
30 seconds left.
30 seconds left on the clock. Bro, this cannot happen, bro. It just can't.
Wait,
It just
how
can't
did-
happen.
oh, wait.
So it starts
Really?
with
This
P.
happens?
So it starts with P Dog. P Dog's gonna find a kill onto Ghosty on the back. So I don't even think Ghosty should challenge this, bro. I don't even think he should challenge. Bro, they're not on bomb. You can see the bomb.
Eyes on bomb, but then
You have
yeah,
eyes
he
on
doesn't need a
bomb.
chow.
Just stay.
Yeah.
Just keep snaking. Just keep snaking. You don't need the chow. Then Brucey goes back to the same spot. He's in a 2v2 situation. Shotzi tries to hit
Wait,
like a
how did
wall
number-
bang.
How did number 4 die, bro? Wait, go back.
He
after
pinched.
Dan
He
died.
tried pinching with the bomb down. He tried hitting a pinch. Look, he pushed through mid again. Look, he jumps
I think
out.
he flew out a single window again.
He
Did he fly out a single window?
jumped out a
He
dub.
flies out a double this
He
time.
jumped out a double. Skies kills. Again, they're just doing things that they don't need to do.
No,
They
it's
just-
just
Just
unnecessary. It's
drop the controller.
unnecessary,
Just drop the
bro.
con-
It's just unnecessary.
And then
No,
Shotzi
you
tries to
don't
go
need
for a
info,
wall
what the
bang.
fuck
And
they
then
are.
who is it? It's Big Brucey. It's Big Brucey trying to clutch up again. I mean, I just feel bad for him. I'm like, bro,
The best
you're
part
trolling
about
this guy.
is I know exactly the convo that's happening when they're watching VOD. Like right after this series and they lost, they're watching VOD. I know exactly how the convo went down. They're watching the map, and Ant and Hugh both chime in as soon as something crazy happens like this. They're like, dude, if I just would have won that gunfight, like it would have been totally different. Hey, yo, rank play? You want to play some rank play?
Hey, that's not how the combos are going down,
That
bro.
is exactly what.
That is not how the conversations are going down, dude.
Exactly. They're just blaming it on not being able to win.
Well,
They're-
man,
they're
we
just
should have won that.
blaming it on
Want to
not
play
being
some
able to win.
rank?
Yeah,
What?
yeah, exactly.
Nah.
They're blaming it on not winning a one, bro. I swear.
That is
That's exactly what's
violating, bro.
happening.
Bro, that is just, bro. That is
Dude,
that
if
is
I just would have won
hilarious.
that one fucking gunfight, we would have won this round.
That's Optic hater Pat, ladies and
Bro,
gentlemen.
I'm telling you, listen, I don't have.
There's
comms.
no way that's what their comms are like,
We'll
bro.
see. We'll see on the net, bro. I'm telling you, it's being edited out of the vision right now. Like that is literally what's being said.
All right, we'll see. We'll have to tune into the vision. And,
They got
and,
tired of Ray being like breaking it down, being all serious of what they're doing wrong. They're just like, nah, like if I just would have won that one, like it would have changed everything.
And then we go into the 4-5 round. This is where Optic were able to push around 11. Who is it once again that's left in a 1v1? It's Big Brucey. Big Brucey left on his own. Ghosty goes down after getting the bomb down. And I actually love the play that Bruce makes here.
That's a great play.
He makes such a good play here. He ends up wrapping him out. He pops Deddy and just wraps. Actually, I don't even know if he popped Deddy. But I like the play from Bruce, just like wrapping a map, but kind of
He
just
did pop Daddy. He did pop Daddy.
yeah, he
Shows in
popped
the
Deddy.
top left.
Yeah, and then P Dog, like he just gets caught with his pants down. I just thought it was a good route. Yeah, good route. He just outplayed him there. Good job out of Big Brucey. And then, bro, I completely forgot going into the round 11 that Kismet had a streak. I literally completely forgot that he had it. He ends up getting a streak. He never used it the whole map, and he just saves it for the round 11. And thank God he did, because he gets tucked into a corner. And I like the play. We were watching it back because Rambo and Karma, they were in the watch party with us. I understand what Optic was trying to do here. I actually don't think it was that bad of a play. Kismet gets all the information. He knows where they are, and Optic try and rush that B site before they get the bomb. Because you know New York is on the bomb when the streak is coming out. You know that they got all the information. You know that they're trying to get onto the bomb. They try to actually hit New York back out, but New York was just ready for it. It was honestly a good play from New York to not plant the bomb. They're smart for that. They're smart for that. They actually just like
that was a really good play.
They countered the counter. So it's just a really good play from New York to read that Optic was gonna instantly push and chow after that. Because if you're Optic, you're thinking New York is on a bomb off that streak. Really good place. Take a look at the final scoreboard. Any final thoughts on the map too? Hydra that at 6, 12 and 6 from Big Brucey. Big Brucey, I felt bad for him because I just felt like his teammates just kept making dumb plays around him, and Big Brucey's having to clutch up. But any final thoughts? I mean, Pat, we'll start with you. We'll go down the list. Any final thoughts on the map too?
Like that ass, if they just won that one, Tom, they would have won this map.
Nah, I mean, we looked at 3 rounds that were just absolute trolls. That like this map probably should have gone their way. No, Pat.
Should have won this map
I don't
fucking
know.
like 7 to.
It should have been 8-3. It should have been 8-3.
Kyler was
saying, bro.
Look at Kyler's damage, bro. He was literally just running out there and giving his life away. Like,
I mean,
But
bro.
that's nothing new. That's nothing new. That's just how
I mean,
he plays.
that's-
Sometimes he gets the kill.
That's been the issue he's had pretty much since like the core year. It's just Tyler, when he's on,
it's just BO4. What do you mean? He's just always
hold
played
on,
that way. He's always played the
okay.
style of he's gonna go out there and chow, and sometimes he's gonna get the kill. And if he gets the kill a majority of the time, he looks great and he fries and he does great.
In Modern Warfare 2019, you can get away with that because fucking Clay and Crim played so slow with squad spawns.
I mean, that was
like you can go rogue with no fucking repercussions.
It's also 5v5.
Yeah,
skip this map, bro. Immediately.
That's what I'm saying. They got away with that shit, but now
skip
now
this fucking.
I mean,
map,
bro, we'll skim through it. It was 5 defensive wins in a row. New York just got like an extra tick or something on like an offense, and they ended up getting the defense, and they just win comfortably in the overtime.
The only thing that needs to get highlighted on this map, I think, was when Shotzi was on a 6-3 in their art and they didn't cap it. They capped it. They would have had defense round 5, and they would have been able to force it.
What round was? I remember that. What round was that?
2-1, I think, was it not?
We'll take a look at it. Well, I know exactly what you're talking about, bro.
Like that if they force around 5, then like they could have.
All right, so I think it was around. Shotzi definitely he goes crazy in one of these offenses. It was right here. I found it, bro. I found it.
There you go. Yeah, right here.
Shotzi goes crazy here. I agree. So we were all sitting there in the watch party. Even Karma and Ray were like, dude, like what? How many kills does Shotzi need to get?
2 dead, 3 dead. Last guy top art.
Yeah, so Shotzi, and he keeps going as well. I paused it. Boom. So you think Optic here? I mean, they end up getting right here. They have to get on the point here. No, they don't get another wave. I think Kyler finds one or whoever. Yeah, Kyler finds one on the point. Right here, like Optic need to.
Yeah, right here.
Yeah,
oh
so
my
3
God.
dead. They get another kill. Bro, they spawn close cubby as well. They spawn close A.
They spawn close cubby because Shotzi blocked the back spawn.
Yeah, which he needs to be careful. Like if Shotzi's gonna if he's gonna be pushed up, like Shotzi when he's getting kills through art, he needs to play around stairs and shit, like right here.
Yeah, he shouldn't be above P4. He should be around.
He's gotta be careful
where you
with
got
that.
Your mouse. Like,
yeah, he's gotta be careful.
He's basically screwing his team over in that sense.
Yeah, he needs to play like around here and just make sure that those spawns can never happen when you're capping A. Because if they get this A cap, it's the ticks are tied. I'm pretty sure they lost by 1 tick or something for the overtime. So, man, especially on Fortress Control, those ticks really matter because whoever has defense in the overtime is most likely going to win the map. Listen, we've seen anomalies of teams winning offense, but it is not easy on this map. They end up getting the close spawn. Shotzi blocks the back. They only get 2 ticks, and New York just keep them funneled.
They also did overchow. So if you go back and look, like, if you're going to play on the back side of the truck, you either play inside the actual truck, or you play like lay down and shoot the feet around cannon. You'll see them overchow, and the guy cannon overchow as well. You'll see it here in a second.
So they're on his, yes.
So they'll clear this. They'll clear these kills.
Here.
Yeah, they'll clear these kills, and you'll see number 3 and number 1. I'm pretty sure it was number 3 and number 1 chow. So watch. Yeah, they get that kill. Look at number 3. Look at number 1. Number 1's chowing the can. Look at number 3.
Yeah,
Boom.
yeah, I see what you're saying.
I mean, he probably should have won that gunfight. Like he did get gunned.
I even think
to be honest.
Kyler should flood here. Just get the take, bro. Just jump on a point. Just jump on a point. Get the take. Like get the cap. Get the extra time, bro. You get extra time. You get more ticks. You get extra time to try and cap B. And you could potentially get a defense in overtime. I mean, I just think he should have flooded there. He ended up playing through mid. Yeah. He tried to get through R. Like, I understand why he wants to go R. Like, I get it. Like, as a sub, you want to get into R, and you want, like, Asim, you're a sub player. You want to get into R and finesse. Like, that's what you want to do. Like, that's your job.
Yeah, but if ticks are more important, you got to get
100%. Like, if you get kills and you're coming out of gate, the best thing you could do right there is just flood the time, stack the point, get the cap, and get as many ticks as possible. Because that way, if it goes into an overtime, you're good to go. You could potentially get defense. And you get the extra time, bro. Well, more time gives you more opportunities to cap the B point, and maybe we'll get even more ticks. So again, just some misplays here. Kismet, he puts a nail in the coffin here in top maps. They end up just funneling Optic through the spawn trap.
The one scary thing about Fortress Control too is like the reason why we just broke down that play so many goddamn times is because that's the only opportunity you're gonna get on offense.
Bro, you get 1 or 2 opportunities max.
It's over. Yeah, you get 2 opportunities maximum, but you pretty much only get 1 solid attempt per round.
Yeah,
it's sad to say, but it's true.
And here's the thing, bro. Like, especially for the Optic fans, like people might sit here and think we're hating, but at the same time, like if they just if they fix like these little mistakes, bro, we say these mistakes every week. Like every weekend they do the same thing. Like do they not? Listen, unless I'm talking out of my ass, do they not make the same mistake?
They just make
every
a lot
weekend?
of little mistakes and it adds up, bro.
And they're barely losing. They're losing by like 2 points. The one round in S&D, a few points in Hardpoint, like 1 round in Control. Like it's like, man, if they could just focus up a little bit when it comes to like just staying disciplined
but
and
I
just
think that's
being.
the problem. Is
no, it is a problem. They black out too much.
No, but you're expecting this type of team to make these like fix these mistakes, and I just don't think that's gonna happen. Like these type of players, I just don't see it happening, bro.
Well, you got a champion. You got two world champions. You got a champion. You got a rookie.
And just a different style though. like in games where that shit could fly. Like this is just not.
Bro,
one of those
if they want to be, want to be like one of these past Optic teams, it's a fucking one-hit wonder. They win an event and then they're just a non-factor. Then sure, fuck it. But like, if they're gonna play the better teams in the league, they're gonna get punished the way they play. And they're not going to be like a factor at champs. I think it's a change that they're going to need to figure out. I feel you. I feel
barely losing.
They're just not a high IQ team. Yeah. Period. They're just not a high IQ team.
Well, they don't
okay, bro. I'm sorry, but you don't need like some crazy IQ. Bro, COD is so simple though. Like.
But when you're doing this shit where you're just like doing the absolute like worst play possible, and
I will agree with you on that. They're just making too much. Like I will say that.
It's always like an easier.
Yeah, but it's just not rocket science. But you know what I mean?
It's always been an easier said than done game because you just get in the moment. It's so respawn is. Bro, that's the underrated part about Call of Duty is like respawn is such a hard game mode to like be consistent and always make decisions because of the nature of the game.
But what about like the fortress control play that we had the other week with Shotzi? Just like the
one from the last major?
Yeah, the million times like you just never make a play like that. There is no like in the moment excuse. You just never do a play like that, but it still happens. Like, and that's what I'm talking about. This team just in a ton of, it's not just Ant, by the way. It's like this team just in general just goes like absolute brain farts in these moments where it's just you gotta do the right play, and it's just it doesn't happen.
To Tom's point, I think there's something you may be able to distill with, which is they're just trying to do the extra. They're winning these games, and they're just blowing the game by just pushing out, just chasing kills. Like for example, we didn't talk about this in a past series when they played Minnesota on a Embassy hardpoint. Ant got off the second last kill in the game when they were 3 seconds away from winning. Is a kill. God forbid they'd gotten busted on the P5, went 4 dead and lost the map because he got off the last 3 seconds. Like it's a haha funny thing to say now, but to the point of all of this contextual with their team, like they got to play discipline. It's gonna be the best way to beat the best teams in the game. They have the talent to do it. If they can just stop doing this fucking extra, like they're gonna be a dominant team in this.
What I'm saying is, Pat, is there's times where Optic is playing disciplined. Like there's times where they actually do the right play and play disciplined and look good. Like it's not like we haven't seen Optic play good COD. Like they've played great COD. It's just consistently doing it. Like sometimes they black out. They have brain farts.
Because you gotta do it in the moment when you're also not getting kills, Tom. Like, and I think that's where they struggle the most. Is doing it in the moments where they aren't getting the kills.
Agreed, man. That's going to do it for the Optic series. They get 3-0. It was a close series, but great plays from New York subliners. They look strong. They were able to ice up.
Tomorrow looks like a bang.
Tomorrow's a fun day, man. Tomorrow's going to be a great day. We'll obviously be live all day with the watch party. He's going to go live after the watch party with the show. We got a lot of good matches to talk about tomorrow. We start things off. We got Seattle Surge going up against the New York subliners to kick it off. I'm going to go with New York in this one. I think Seattle looked better. I think their S&D looks better. I actually like that they're taking more risk in search and making more plays. But I just think New York, they're the major 2 champs, major 1, right? Major 1 champs. And I think they're gonna ride off the momentum from today. I still think they're looking good.
What's the series count between Seattle and New York? Is it still 1-1, or is it?
If you give me 1 second, I can tell you.
Well, do we count major 1 as 1 series?
Well,
they're 1 and 2. New York, and Seattle's won twice. New York won.
I'm gonna go 3-1. New York. I could see Seattle taking a respawn, but I think New York is gonna win 3-1. Pat, what do you got?
I got New York. Probably 3-1 as well.
Chris,
I got New York this time.
Ben.
Yeah, I mean, Seattle looked decent in Surge, but I just don't see Hotel S&D making it in the series. So I New York winning 3-1.
All right, Asim, I don't think. Do you want to do predictions, Asim? You don't have to.
Yeah, I'll do it.
All right, go
Fuck
ahead.
it. I got my boy Seattle because
There you go. Because nobody's
I think
believing
they
in
look
them.
stronger and they got New York's head-to-head. So I'm gonna say Seattle 3-1.
All right, and we get into the next one. We got Atlanta FaZe going up against Optic. I mean, listen, major 2 champions. I think Atlanta FaZe have been looking really good. Their S&D has been looking insane. I'm gonna go with Atlanta FaZe in this one. I'll go 3-1 for that one as well. I can see Optic taking a map, maybe seeing it go to a last map, but I think FaZe is gonna get the dub tomorrow. So I'll go with FaZe 3-1 over Optic. What do you think, Pat?
I'm going to go FaZe 3-0. I think Optic's going to finish out this major with getting 3-0'd by all these top teams. That would be FaZe, Ultra, and New York. So I think I'm going to go with FaZe doing it as well.
Chris, who you got?
I got FaZe. Optic
Okay.
just have not looked particularly good, and they're struggling right now. So, gonna go with FaZe.
Ben?
I really want to pick Optic in this series, because every time they play FaZe, they just play a different level. I'm just like really concerned though with discipline issue and the fact that FaZe is an opportunity here. I think to an extent kind of force Optic to start in losers, and I think it's kind of extra motivation for them. So I got FaZe last map.
Alrighty, Asim, who do you got? You going against FaZe in this one because we all went Optic, or we all went FaZe, or what?
Nah, I got
You got
FaZe.
FaZe?
FaZe 3-2.
Alrighty.
Even Optic fans got FaZe in this one, Tom. They're not delusional.
You think so, Pat?
Optic's got a real as this
They have a
3-0
chance.
spree, bro. Like Optic turns up every
They're
time.
a
they
good
play
team.
FaZe.
They're not a bad team.
So every
Yeah.
time it's Optic versus FaZe, Optic turn into a different beast. That's for sure.
So like I think we got a hedge on that, but I think for FaZe though, again, if you look on the flip side of this, like
Optic's not a bad team.
The opportunity to kind of knock Optic down a peg and put them on a 2-L streak going in this event and start on losers. So I think that's kind of good motivation right there.
Yeah, no, we'll see what happens. It's gonna be a good match regardless. Every time we watch FaZe and Optic go at it, I feel like it's always a fun one to watch. So we got 2 amazing teams going at it tomorrow. Wait, did everybody give their predictions? Ace, you gave your prediction right. And we got Boston going up against LA Thieves. I'm gonna go with LA Thieves in this one. I just think LA Thieves are godlike, but I actually really like LA Thieves. I think they're really good. I think their communication's on point.
Bro.
They're just the most complete team.
They're just a complete team. They're so good at just doing stuff together. I love their communication, and I just feel like when you watch them play, like you don't see them make like a lot of mistakes. Like they might lose maps because they're just losing fights or like things aren't going their way, but I feel like they always stay pretty disciplined for the most part. And then on top of that, they're just a fun team to play, man. I love watching Envoy play. Kenny, all those guys. Sam's been playing really well, and Draza. Even the guys on the team have been talking really highly about Draz. Like he's been grinding for sure. He's been putting in a lot of time. So I'm gonna go LA Thieves 3-0. Actually, I think they're gonna smoke Boston tomorrow. Pat, what do you think?
Yeah, you basically just took words right out of my mouth, Tom.
Okay.
I think it's gonna be a quick and easy match for the Thieves.
All right, and then Chris, who do you got?
Yeah, I definitely got, Thieves. I said it before. I was like, before the major, they just didn't look particularly good at anything. And I said after their run, like that deep of a losers bracket run, I feel like they were just going to carry it on. Like they just found their stride. We were waiting for these guys to ignite for a while. He basically said they don't really have any changes they can make. They just got to figure the game out. And I feel like they finally have. And they've been a pretty consistent team for the most part online in comparison to their last split. So yeah, I got Thieves. I got Thieves winning.
All right, and then Ben, who do you got?
I don't think it's gonna be a crazy blowout. I think Boston with this new team has been pretty good at Hotel, and I'd like to think we're gonna see Hotel in this series, although maybe some curveballs. I do have Thieves taking this in the last map. I know Boston recently won a game 5 this split, but I just think Thieves will get it done in that last map. A tough loss for Boston, but they're gonna be thereabouts in the winners bracket next week.
Asim, you got Thieves or you got Boston?
I think every time Thieves play Boston, they go map 5 solo S&D. So I think it's gonna happen again. And this time, actually, I was gonna say this time we'll go with Boston, but nah, bro. Thieves are just too icy.
They're too icy right now, bro. They're too icy.
You thought
bro.
of that for a second.
I was thinking about it, but I was like, I can't do it. Nah.
Yeah, well, listen, guys. I think Ben should sink us out with a little bit of a putt here. Do you got your slippers on? All right, thank you very much, my stupid motherfucker. He's coming in hot with those stinky slippers on. He's gonna put the ball down. Yo, he's going right into it too. Look at him. Look, bald head and everything. He's gonna sink the dude. That was quick and easy. Up and done with. Get it over with. Bada bing, bada boom. How you doing? What's the matter, Ben? You don't want to flip off the camera, bro? Put your headset back on.
No hezzy, bro. No hezzy.
No hezzy, no hezzy. Ben Genesine taking care of business.
I'm pissed because I got ice yesterday when I made that part. Got fucking ice because my camera's off.
You're good, bro. You're good. You hit the putt. You're looking good. Asim, thank you so much for coming on. We appreciate you hopping on and sticking with us.
Thanks,
always
Tom.
a pleasure. Huge shout out to everybody who's been showing love. We got a lot of great matches tomorrow, so we're excited to hop into the show tomorrow. So we'll get that one going, but. Listen, guys, thank you all very, very much for watching. I know a lot of you guys we talked about yesterday about running some new segments on the flank. We might even still do that. I was trying. I think maybe we might do like a one-off or episode during the week or something with the segments. It depends because sometimes going over the gameplay, it's a lot of games, a lot of maps. So it depends how the matches go. But maybe we'll do some cool segments at the end, and we'll actually call some of you guys in to come ask some questions in the middle of the show live. We could get some viewers in to come debate us or ask us some questions, and I think that'll be a lot of fun too. So I know Nameless used to do that on the podcast, so and people really liked it. So we might give that a go. But as always, man, make sure to like, comment, subscribe if you're watching on YouTube. Anchor.fm/theflank to check out all the audio sites that we're on. And go follow at The Flank on Twitter. Gert's doing a phenomenal job running socials per usual. Take care, brush your hair, have a fantastic night, and we'll see you guys tomorrow for another episode of The Flank, man. Have a good night, guys. Peace out.
Have a good day.
Take care.